Hello, everybody, and welcome to The List Critics 2, starring me and some guy.
That's me. I'm the guy.
Hi, you want to be the guy?
I became the guy.
You are the guy.
I'm Armageddon guy.
The Armageddon time.
Giggity.
Giggity. All right, so let's start as we always do with Tumper Gets Deep on these nuts. And
Let's get deep.
You guys are going to hear the big thunk because I'm adjusting the microphone to face me. I don't know how it keeps going sideways like that. All right, I think my mouse hits it. All right, here we go. Leisure says, I don't consider myself hip. I'm like shoulder. And now that's what I call blogging replies with, I said this to my dad, and he said, no, you're an ass. All right, a round of applause for an actually good dad joke. That was very good. No, you're an ass.
Yes.
I like that. That is wit right there. I'm not hip, I'm shoulder. No, you're an ass.
At first, I was like, just raising my eyebrows a bit, like, yeah.
Yeah.
But then he comes in with the win.
The dad joke for the save, right?
Yes, yes.
My grandpa would have said that.
Well, that's nice.
He would have said that. Okay, let's see. Writing Prompt S says, you run into a tattoo parlor. Every couple of weeks, the same customer comes in. Oh, you run a parlor. All right, let's slow down because I am already fucked up.
Rip.
Okay. You run a tattoo parlor. Every couple of weeks, the same customer comes in, always requesting the same tattoo, an additional tally mark on an ever-growing cluster of tally marks. So then, I guess writing prompts is they give you like the beginning and then you're supposed to finish it.
Okay.
So thank you, Ben replies with, what are you counting? How many tattoos I've gotten? I'm no longer serving you. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Pizza deliveries. Yeah, it wasn't that good. Pizza delivery says, apparently I drunkenly emailed Kraft the other night and asked when the first Shaped mac and cheese came out. I'm pleased to inform you that it was in 1996 and they were Animaniac shapes.
Oh.
Now you know.
That's not so much gets deep as just, like a little now you know.
Yeah, but you got to think about that moment where you're so drunk that you're like, I gotta find out what the first mac and cheese shapes were.
I honestly thought they would have been earlier.
I really thought it would have been earlier, and I wouldn't have thought it would be a license. I would have thought it would have been like Wheels or something like that, like something generic.
But like, remember in the 80s they were doing like the in the tomato sauce with the
yeah, but
shapes,
that's not mac and cheese though.
Yeah, but I figured they would jump on that at the same time.
Maybe they were waiting for that sweet Warner Brothers license. I don't know. You know, that it probably, and you know, here's the thing. That's the first Kraft one. I'm sure there are other brands. Mm-hmm. Maybe Velveeta did it earlier.
Oh, Velveeta.
Oh, Velveeta's gross. I can't. Their cheese has a weird aftertaste that I cannot enjoy.
I wonder how much of it is cheese, though. Sometimes I wonder.
Yeah, but it's cheese in quotation marks. There's a Z in there. It's not you know.
That's easy cheese.
Yeah. Pink Jaeger says, I get so excited when I can't remember the name of someone I knew in high school. It's like I'm one step closer to being fully cleansed.
Wash away the pain.
Never be clean, never be clean. I love Smooth Jazz 1998 says, I love bread and I don't care what happens to me because of it. Well, I mean, I guess if you're got a gluten intolerance, that could be a problem, but otherwise, enjoy your bread.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Go bread nuts.
How fucked up have we become that there are like a lot of people out there? First of all, there's two steps to how fucked up we are. The first is that we have people walking around that are fucking allergic to bread, and the other is that there are people who pretend to be.
Oh, like they just don't consume gluten because...
Yeah, for reasons, you know?
Yes.
Okay, Gallifrey says, dolls have given us an unrealistic image of women. For example, I found out Russian women do not contain smaller Russian women inside of them.
I like that.
Sometimes they do if they're pregnant.
Ooh.
That's getting even deeper. Okay, Young X Poppy says, okay, honestly, if you're ever curious about anything, get me sleep deprived and ask me at 3 in the morning, and you'll get a solid answer.
Yeah. You will get an answer. Yeah. How correct it is, well, that depends.
Del Rio Delano says, props to people who have only 16 gigs of storage on their phone and make it work.
I got only 8 gigs on this thing.
Well, my previous phone had 16 gigs of storage, but because I'm, an Android guy, I was able to just add a 32 gig extension to that easily. So I actually had, 48 gigs on that. But let me tell you, well, no, that math isn't correct. 16 plus 32 is not 48, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Wow. I did it in my head with it. Okay, so, but my new phone, I got it, and I ordered it, and it came the next day, and I thought, you know what? I was actually working on putting the SD card in, and I said, you know what? I have no idea how much storage is on this thing. 64 gigs.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, 64 gigs on this beast.
That's like my ancient iPod Touch from 2009.
And it's actually it's actually like 96 because I added the 32 gig extensions. All right.
Is that the correct math? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. Anyway, really, really, really trying says, yo, how much dirt you got to throw in the ocean to make a new country? I don't think it works like that, man.
Why don't you start and find out?
Yeah, why don't you just start hucking mud and let me know how it goes.
Yeah.
Humming says, just had a dream where someone stole my socks and framed me for murder using the DNA on them. Wiggle That Butt replies with, I dreamt I stole someone's socks. Oh my god. And Bombing replies with, I'm calling the police.
The dream police singing inside
my head. Yeah. Slufflepuff says, people who aren't at least mildly obsessed with something are hard to buy gifts for. And it's true. Random fandom teacher says, word to the wise, don't hide your obsessions. All you get is soap and candles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what is he into? I don't know.
Body shop.
Yeah, I don't know. What is he into? I don't know. Get him a candle.
That's my brother and my dad for their birthday and Christmas. It's impossible.
Can't get them anything? Like they're impossible to buy for?
I ask them, what do you want for whatever? And they'll say, I don't know, or don't get me anything.
Which means get me something, but you have to get me the specific thing that I'm thinking of.
Yeah. And, one way or another, they'll say they'll like it and then never use it.
The man who has everything, you get cash.
Yeah.
Gift
You
cards
can always
are
have
very
more of
easy.
that.
Yeah, gift cards are good. Okay, Gentlium says, what she says, I'm fine. What she means. The series of unfortunate events could have been one of the most successful book-to-movie adaptations of our generation if Brad Silberling and Robert Gordon didn't fuck it all up by squishing the first 3 books into 107 minutes. That didn't go the direction that I thought it would go.
Yeah.
Wow, that's way too deep for me. Okay, Kanye Westicle. I just want to pause and just... Kanye Westicle, Kanye Westicle says, when I was younger, I used to think Ron Stoppable was going to marry me, so I hated on Kim Possible, and I found this on my old laptop. And it's like a picture of these two characters embracing, and I don't even want to use the word Photoshop, because this was clearly done in like not even MS Paint, like whatever a Mac has. They pasted they pasted a gun pointing at Kim Possible, but it's like they didn't make any effort to have the gun in somebody's hand. They didn't even erase the white background around the gun.
That's so good.
And then they X'd out her eyes and they put red squiggles all over and it says, "Die Kim bitch."
I never got into that show.
Well,
I think I was like an old teenager by then.
Yeah, I don't really even. I think she's a spy or something. I only know that from the video game that I had to play once. But so then they reply to themselves and say, "Please stop reblogging this."
They replied. I like that that's the same person.
Yeah, please stop reblogging this. When you post something embarrassing, of course people are gonna reblog it. I don't know how to say this. 07s, I guess. What if there was a dog library where you could borrow dogs? Whoa. That'd be great.
Yeah, but then you get attached and you don't want to give it back. It's like a library where they might have books.
Yeah.
You like the book, you get attached, you gotta give it back.
Yeah. Percussive Adventure says, as a queer guy, I get a confidence boost from Republicans insinuating that my mere existence has the power to destroy a country. And Cookies22 says that's the spirit.
That's a positive spin, man.
That is a very positive spin. And by the way, not all Republicans think that. Some of us have many gay friends and support gay marriage, so it's just the
I got
mania.
tons of gay friends.
Well, I do. You've seen my friend list.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wow. This is quite a thread here. Only the first two have names, and then it's all cut off. Space Battle says, I wish more foods were named in the same vein of I can't believe it's not butter. Red Furniture replies with, you've got to be pulling my leg. This is ranch. The next one is, shut the fuck up. Are you telling me this shit is ketchup? And then the next one is, I firmly believe this is not mustard, and I am horribly wrong. Then the next one is, I refuse to believe that this condiment was barbecue sauce, and I have been summarily flayed for my apostasy.
Oh my God.
The next
I
one
can't
is,
top that.
there's two more. I assign negligible probability to this being chili sauce and have since updated. And then the final one, and this is quite a thing, in which your humble narrator assumed that the substance within this container was not Worcestershire sauce, only to be rudely awakened from this delusion by mysterious circumstances.
Good heavens, it's like an existential food crisis.
You know what? You know what they've all missed, though? The point of?
What?
It's not, I can't believe this is butter. It's, I can't believe it's not butter.
Mm-hmm.
It's not butter. It just tastes like butter. So they
Yeah, so the product is not what you think.
Yeah, exactly. It's not what it tastes like. They all made it where there's no way this is ketchup, and then you're like, yes, it is. So they kind of missed the point, but it is funny.
It's like, yeah, you could make it work. You could switch it around and make it work.
The blogger friend says, just tried Turkish Delight for the first time. It was good, but not sell out my family to the White Queen good.
What? Damn.
That's from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I remember the book that one of the girls got, we'll say, seduced by the White Queen for candy.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Kawarushin says, wouldn't it be fucking scary if you had a clock that counted down until the moment you die? Like, what if it could be altered, too? Like, one day it says 70 years, but then you do something and it says 10 minutes left, and you're like, what the fuck? I fucked up. And
damn, like a freaking death clock.
Yeah. Champagne Paradise replies with, oh my god, and Hank Green Mustache says, what if you got on a plane, then as soon as it took off, everybody's clock changed to 20 minutes? You're like, land the plane!
Yeah, but what if landing the plane is what causes the crash?
It makes me think of, like, that movie Sully, you know?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, well, you know, it's based on a true story, so I'm sure you know the story.
Yeah.
You know, but nobody thought that, like, 5 minutes into takeoff they were going to get struck by geese and,
Then, yeah.
It didn't end well. Well, it ended okay, but yeah. No name.
Could have ended better.
Something that I miss about my childhood? Well, people don't ask me what my favorite shape is anymore. Adults just don't do this. It's a triangle, in case you were wondering. You don't care. You don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I think the closest we get is what's your favorite color?
Nobody even asks that. When was the last time you even asked what your favorite color is?
Usually I end up saying it out of, I don't know, just conversation, but
just please pay attention to me. Big stupid baby says, losing an argument when you were right just because the other person is too stupid to understand what you're saying is probably one of the most infuriating things in the entire universe. It's called politics, my friend.
Oh.
And what is with the sound effects, man?
I don't know. An air horn.
Kind of like you were doing, like, pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew.
And finally, Nishlo says, but the real question is, has Nemo found himself?
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, okay.
I've not seen Finding Nemo. There are so many of these Pixar movies that I haven't seen.
You haven't seen Finding Nemo?
No, I haven't seen Finding Nemo.
It's pretty
good. For the first time last night, me and my friends watched WALL-E.
Oh, yeah.
It was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
But you didn't like it, did you?
I'm kind of just so-so on it.
I loved it. To me, it was like I figured it out like really quickly, and I'm like, this is a Charlie Chaplin movie with robots. And it was like, oh my God, you're right, holy shit. And then I just saw it as like it's a silent film, comedy with little romance in it. It's just they happen to be robots.
Yeah, it certainly starts a little slow.
Well, yeah, but it was funny. Like right from the get-go, I was laughing. So, but anyway, out of 21, I'm gonna say this is a little bit of a mixed bag. I'm gonna say 16 on this one.
Nah, I was gonna say 16 as well. You
That
read my
seems to be the
mind.
number, right? No, it's not that I read your mind. We both logically came to the same conclusion that is indeed a 16 out of 21. We're just smart
That's
as
all it
fuck.
can be.
We're smart
Yes.
as fuck, yeah. All right, 15 Twitter jokes everyone should read, also from PleatedJeans.com. Abe MB Dubious Rhetoric says, people, why do dogs bark at the mailman every single day? Dogs. The mailman has literally never gotten in. How do you not see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
In their minds, they're doing something very important.
Yeah, like in their minds, they are preventing this person from. It's like their mission is to get all the things they have into the house, and all they ever get is the mail.
Sophia Benoit at one follower no dad says, Eric Clapton looks like everyone who likes Eric Clapton. That's true. That's true.
Oh my God.
That is true.
Yeah, like my dad. Damn.
He looks like an Eric Clapton fan.
Yeah.
Maeve at Maven of Honor says, thrilled to get this book signed today. There's a picture of a book. It's Dolphins, Our Friends in the Sea, and then the inscription is E. E. Just a bunch of E. Oh, I'm choking to death here. Okay. Brandon Merman 5 says, microphone guy whispering to camera guy as they film episode 1 of my survival show. Seems kind of early to be drinking piss. Oh.
It's like, well, that's just how he starts his morning.
Yeah. Just a nice cup of piss. Very handsome Keith at Ghost Crow says, my boss, stick his body in the compost pile. Me, what? My boss, grabbing my collar intently. We might be killers, but you only got one Earth.
Oh, that's very considerate.
So it was Earth Day yesterday. There you go. They did their part, huh? Rochelle...
I did not know it was.
Well, now you know. Rochelle Mandick at Rochelle Mandick says, on average, humans have one testicle. That is true.
On average, yes.
If you round it. I mean, there are more women on the planet than men, but yeah.
Yeah, you got to round it.
Round it to 1. It's more like 0.99999, you know? Jeff D. Silva at Jeff D. Silva says, wife is super pissed I bought her this brand of tampons. They're not tampons. They're Nerf arrows.
Oh, well, they'll work, but... they'll
go up there, but I don't think they're going to be very absorbent.
No. They'll come out looking like a slippery snake.
Mike Drucker at Mike Drucker says, I'm tired of people assuming I've got a good personality because I'm ugly.
I may be ugly, but at least I
got
no money.
Yep. Josh Gondelman at Josh Gondelman says, your Scooby-Doo villain name is old plus your gender plus your last name. That's right, old man Fulling. And he would have gotten away with it, too.
Weren't for those meddling kids.
Yeah. Keeks at 70 Keeks says, son is fuming because his sister is staying at home from school again. He just opened her door and said, and here's the liar in her natural habitat. I love it. That's great.
Ooh.
That's what Bart Simpson would do, you know? Oh, no way. If Lisa stays home, I'm staying home. Bart stays home, I'm going to school. Wait a minute. And then he got, like, really confused.
Yeah, wait, I gotta think about this.
Ed Damp at Rude Tank says, what's a dentist's favorite time of day? That time he gets into his BMW to get home from the dentist's office after touching mouths all day.
I was hoping for a pun, but that was okay.
Yeah, I know you were, but I love the anti-joke there. That's great.
Yeah, yes.
Dentists make fat stacks, too.
Don't they have the highest suicide rate?
I think that's just a line from a movie.
Okay. It does sound like it's made up.
Yeah, Joe Rumroll at 2-Ton Bug says, I live every day in fear that my job will be replaced by a machine. But until then, gumballs, get your gumballs here, only 25 cents.
because there's a tragic end to that.
Yeah, that machine's been around for a while. Tara Shu says, I see you wrote Pam's lunch on your lunch, dear sweet Pam. I wrote my name over it. There's nothing you can do. You underestimate me, Pam.
Okay.
Well then. Marf Salvador says, Derek, you want to go out again sometime? Stephanie, sure, name the date. Okay, how about Derek and Stephanie 2?
Aww.
I hope she's into that kind of humor, because otherwise it ain't working out. And finally, Sean at Online Sean says, they built a huge, ugly thought control tower right next to my house, but actually I love it so much.
Oh, okay.
I get the joke. I'm not laughing, but I get the joke.
I raised my eyebrows a little bit on that one.
I kind of rolled my eyes, but not even a full roll, like a half roll.
You got tired, stopped.
I was like, well, I can't even commit to that. Out of 15, I'll give it a 10. I'll give it a 12. I'm going to give it a 12.
I was thinking 13. There were
13,
two that were just kind of...
I told you about this next one before we started. It is Redditors share their cringiest teenage moments. There's 16 of these.
Oh, I hope this is just gold.
I read like half of it. It is. The teen years are the cringe years.
Yeah, because you think you're the shit, but really when you
you're
think
just
back...
shit. Yeah, you're just
yeah.
All right, Studebaker Hodge says, I had a big crush on a scene girl when I was a junior, so I bought bright white skinny jeans to try and impress her. She called me Mr. Clean. Bright white skinny jeans. Yeah. Well, take those off. Your balls will thank you.
Oh, yes.
Dick Keychain says, I was a neckbeard, nice guy, white knight, used to write love poems and do the whole milady thing when speaking with a girl I was interested in. I used to protect the honor of girls I fancied by threatening their boyfriends with harms if they ever treated them wrong. 15 plus years ago, and I still cringe hard when my friends make fun of me about it. And now you can see that kind of bullshit behavior has been around a lot longer than people think.
Yeah, but for some reason, like, is that really the way to go in high school, though?
That's not the way to go at all.
Yeah.
It's not the way to go at all. That doesn't work. You look like an asshole. Nobody likes you.
You come off as a bit of a creeper.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You become the creepy stalker kid that she's too nice to say fuck off to.
Yeah, because you're not going full creep.
And then they become these alt-right weirdos that are fucking running the world right now, so...
Hey, now...
That's where it started, dude. That's where it all started. Those kind of people, the fucking fedora wearers. All right, Brass and Frass says... Okay, this is amazing. I can't believe this. Brass and Frass says, I let a dude pee on my foot at a party because I thought it would make me look cool and aloof. I was just known as Pissy Foot Girl until I blessedly moved far, far away.
Pissy Foot Girl. Could have been worse.
Yeah, well, it could have been a lot worse.
What?
Wait, there's a reply here. Meth Mouth Magoo says, hey, it's that cool and aloof girl who lets guys piss on her feet. Like, you're pointing out the ridiculousness of it. Why would you... First of all, why does a guy want to piss on your foot? Secondly, why would you let him... Like, oh, yeah, people will think I'm so, like, chill because I'm letting this guy totally piss on my foot.
Is it, like, just a poor excuse to show her your dick?
Maybe that is it. Or maybe it's just like a really, really weird fetish. Like, it's not a foot fetish, it's not a piss fetish, but it's somewhere a marriage between the two.
It's a pissy foot fetish.
Yeah, pissy foot fetish. That is... Fuck. The thought... I want to say, like, I can't understand the thought process behind that, but I don't think there is a thought process behind that.
It just is.
Yeah. Okay, Ozzy Beck says, crushed so hard I did a tattoo of his initials on my palm, which consisted of putting ink on a piece of cotton and threading it through the top layer of skin. Lasted about 2 days before it washed out.
Oh! What the hell, man?
The girl you stay the fuck away from.
Hopefully she learned her lesson and flew straight after that.
I hope so. I'm Carly, says, I read the book Peeps by Scott Westerfield in like 6th grade, and in the book the main character put a rubber band on his wrist and snapped it whenever he had a sexual desire in an attempt to eradicate the urge. 12-year-old me decided to try the same, and whenever I was around my crush, I would snap my rubber band, hoping that they had read the book and would realize that by me snapping my band, I was trying to tell him that I liked him, thinking that I probably looked like an idiotic preteen that likes inflicting minuscule amounts of pain upon herself. No, you probably just look like a spaz.
Yeah, just like, oh, it's weirdo,
Yeah,
rubber band
just
girl.
a spaz, yeah. not a big deal, but you know what's funny is the behavior isn't cringy, but the reasoning behind it is incredibly cringy.
Yeah, so, like hoping that they read the book. Why don't you ask them if they read the book?
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, at that point they're 12, so the conversation skills aren't formed, you know?
Yeah, true.
Kizzy says, got really into vampires to the point where I used to pretend I was one. In school, I thought I was so cool and edgy, and when I asked people what blood type they were, fuck, I wish I could punch younger me.
Well, you'd really love anime, because for some reason they always say what their frickin' blood type is.
That's because in Japan there's a belief that your blood type is key to your personality.
Yeah, but I guess
it's like the Zodiac. It's like the Zodiac there.
Yeah, I just haven't absorbed enough like Japanese culture, so I've only seen it in anime.
You know, but you see it in video games too. Like in Street Fighter, they're always telling you what their blood type is.
Yeah, it just seems like such a throwaway thing to me, but I don't know.
It is like imagine like if Street Fighter was made here, it would be like, oh, Chun-Li is a Pisces instead of blood type O, you know.
Okay.
That's why. PM Me Sex 69. I think you might have chosen that name in your cringy teenage years. In elementary school, I was in love with a boy in my class. I didn't dare to say a thing to him, so instead I kicked him in the crotch with full power and without warning. That got his attention.
Oh, all the wrong kinds.
Well, that isn't really a teenage moment, but that is cringy as fuck. Yeah, the cringiest thing here is the person's fucking username on Reddit.
Well, once you add 69, you already lose some points.
And when you're starting off with PM Me Sex, you didn't start with any points, so you're now in the deficit there. Who the hell is in love in elementary school? I wasn't thinking about the opposite sex.
I was thinking about video games, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about like Nintendo and Batman.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Well, they say girls get to that point faster. So who knows?
That's true.
Big Science 87 says I wore Hawaiian shirts every day. Every goddamn day. What was I thinking? Wow.
For me, it was, especially in elementary, up to high school.
Maybe they were fluffy. I don't.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Maybe.
But for me, it was sweatsuits.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, just wore sweatsuits all the time.
Yeah. Ladies Man Fan says, was at a birthday party and had to pee. Decided to step toward the edge of the woods and let it flow. Then heard a scream. Peed on my girlfriend's best friend while she hid during a game of hide and seek. Interesting relationship after that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I didn't expect so many of these to have peeing in it, but peeing on people, right? Yeah. Where is Nipsey says, where do I even start, man? I would take angsty, really awful photos and post them online and call myself a photographer. It was my art. One photo I remember in particular was of an old candle I had found. I poured sparkly red nail polish on it that was supposed to be blood and stuck a bunch of razors in it. It was a reflection of my tortured 13-year-old soul.
Oh, my God. I can see it.
Did you do the hair flip while you're listening to Depeche Mode in the back, smoking in the back of the school, you know?
It's got all kinds of filters on it.
Yeah, everybody's such a conformist. All right, Dirty Singh says, pierced my eyebrow with a safety pin. That sounds painful. Why would you do that? That must take a long time, too. Safety pins are not that fucking sharp.
No, so you gotta dig.
Oh, what an asshole. All right, Uncle Monty says, I recorded myself rapping along to Insane in the Brain by Cypress Hill and gave it to the girl I had a crush on. She was not impressed. I figured she must not like Cypress Hill. Or maybe your flow was whack.
I hope he still has the recording.
I hope so too. I want to hear this.
Insane in the brain.
Insane, got no brain. Marisa says, my edgy scene kid MySpace name was Clitosaurus Rex.
Oh!
Wow, that's amazing. I was 15 and had not yet gotten the message that absolutely nobody wanted their clit to be wrecked. Dear Lord. Yeah, no girl has ever taken off her panties and been, I need you to just absolutely wreck my clit.
It's a funny username, though.
It is funny, yeah, but it's not, yeah. See, the thing is, it's funny, but he wasn't trying to be funny. He was trying to smash.
Yeah, that's the problem there.
That didn't work out, I'm sure. And Jola says, I spent most of my time in class making arm bandages out of masking tape. When I was finished, I'd write used and My Chemical Romance lyrics on them. Oh my god, I'm only halfway through this and I'm cringing. I'd also sit under my desk sometimes. At the time, I was getting tested for a brain tumor and all the teachers had been informed, so they just kind of let me do whatever. I didn't have a tumor, happily. It was just a cocktail of neurological issues that looked like an awful lot like a tumor when they all appeared at once.
Oh my goodness.
Well then.
I guess that explains the behavior.
I hope so. TXDRMST says, I once literally wrote the word trouble all over me with a Sharpie and took a shirtless pic to post to MySpace. Wow.
That is... I actually cringed.
I was a super skinny emo kid. Oh god, why did you remind me of this? That's sad, man. Wow. That's like the Joker tattoos from Suicide Squad, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Except instead of just one, it's like a lot. The Wookiee Princess, this is the last one. As a preteen, I would stand with the mannequins in the front of shop windows and pose like them. I thought no one could tell that I was real.
Oh, that's just sad.
That's not the worst thing I've ever heard, but it's... yeah. The doing it is not cringy. The thought that no one could tell that she was real was cringy.
Yeah, it's revealing what was going on in your head that cringifies it.
That definitely, it cringes it up. Out of 21, no, I'm not 21, out of 16, I'm going to give this a 16, because this was tight.
I'm giving this a sweet 16.
That was lit. All right.
Yeah. That was lit, yo.
It was lit. Now, do you remember when we did a list of, it was from Twitter. It was 35 times men perfectly summed up parenting in a tweet.
Oh, that was a good list.
Well, I have the female equivalent of that.
Oh, I like it.
So
all right.
It is 35 tweets from moms that perfectly sum up parenting.
Nice.
So
the companion piece.
Yes, the companion piece. One funny money says, kids are just sober versions of drunk you, laughing, crying, and then puking everywhere.
Yeah.
That sounds about right to me. Wendy S. says, parenting level. Approving my kids' friends based on which parents I think would drink wine with me during play dates.
Wow.
Reasonable.
Drinking wine during a play date.
Well, you need to cope somehow. Housewife of Hell says, stay in school, kids. No, I mean, really, don't come home. We need a break.
Just stay over.
Cray at Home Ma says, meet all my kids before the age of 2. No screens allowed. On their second birthday, handing over iPad. This is your mother now.
I can see the appeal of an iPad, though. Like, rather than have your kid, kicking and screaming, they can focus on a learning game or something.
My sister's kids have little tablets and shit, and it's great because if they act up, she's I'll take it away, and then they usually shape up. Although Nathan is going through his terrible freeze right now, and it's a little rough. Abhorrent Housewife says, looks up from phone. Kids, we're leaving the playground in 22%. I like it.
I like that, yeah.
Sarcastic Mommy, I put my symptoms into WebMD, and it turns out I just have kids. It's either that or cancer, right?
That sounds like a mom joke.
Fuck off with these pop-ups. Okay. Northern Light says, I never realized how much of parenting is surreptitiously throwing away artwork.
Oh.
It's true.
Well, there's a way of keeping it all.
You gotta get rid of it somehow, or it's gonna just start piling up. What you do, if you don't want it to take a picture of it, digital picture, and you can get rid of it, and then you have it, so the kid, will be happy that you've kept it in a way, and then you can not have these papers everywhere.
And just have it all on a simple flash drive.
Yeah. That Carly girl says, it's okay, little buddy, mommy cries when her bottle is empty too.
Ah, that's good.
Tired working mom says, will I ever live in a clean house again? Shakes Magic 8 Ball. Magic 8 Ball explodes and makes a mess. Sounds about right.
Somehow the kids are responsible.
Somehow. Beth Likes Cake So says, every time I've clapped at a school play, it's been a lie.
Oh.
Well, I hate
unless you're clapping that it's over.
Yeah, that's the truth. But every time anybody's clapped at a school play, it's been a lie. Let's be real here.
Yeah, you're just paying lip service at that point.
Amy Dillon says, glad I got a college degree to pick up all these socks. This next one is very realistic. Ashley Oster says, I want a snack. My kids while they're eating.
I know, right?
True, yeah. Paige Kellerman says, in the dictionary, the definition of tedious just has a picture of a toddler trying to open a Capri Sun by himself.
The hole is right there. It's right there.
They don't have the strength to pierce it, I think.
Yeah.
Amanda Like Cat's Okay says, my 11-year-old wrote me an apology for misbehaving in the card that included, I love you so much, but sometimes forget to care about your existence.
Whoa, jeez.
Well,
where did that come from?
11-year-olds can be like that, man.
Yeah, just...
Kim Bongiorno
Nuggets
says,
so crazy.
Yeah, we plan to be kind, patient moms who accept our kids exactly as they are, and then we see them take 45 minutes to eat a goddamn bowl of Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
True. It's true. It's very
Damn,
true.
that's a long time
It's
for
very
a little
true.
bowl.
21, Amy Flory says, my kids are having fun in that someone's going to the ER kind of way.
Yeah, by the end, someone's going to lose an eye.
Someone's going to get hurt. Carissa Miller says, my 3-year-old is tumbling off furniture and holding a lollipop like she's training to fall down at a frat party without dropping her beer.
Oh, early training.
Yeah, if that's the vision you have for your daughter, I got bad news for you.
It will come true.
Let me guess, her name is something like Ashley or Tatiana or something, right? It's got to be. It's got to be
Alexia.
Alexia. Oh, totally. Yeah, it's a stripper name for sure. Inappropriate Mom says those box tops that raise money for schools really should be on wine labels. Very true. Mommy Cusses says your favorite childhood toy is whichever one they just lost. Your child's favorite toy is whichever one they just lost.
Mm-hmm. And then once they get it again, they just don't care.
They don't care anymore. Lurk at Home Mom says, Mary Poppins voice. Okay, children, time to go. 15 minutes later, Batman voice. I said let's go.
Oh, shit.
It's true. Foxy Wine Pocket says, son, are you eating pie for breakfast? Me, eating pie. No, fruit casserole. Want some? No, I hate casserole. I know. Brandy Brandy pulled this on her kids the other day, and I saw this, and I showed it to her, and she laughed her ass off because she pulled this. She was eating ice cream. Her son, is that ice cream? It's gelato. Ew.
Smart.
Very smart. And of course,
that sounds like a grown-up word.
Yeah, that sounds like it's got vegetables in it.
Well, no.
Shari Vanderwerf says, parents tell you their baby's weight because they have no other information. They can't say, meet Jim, a free spirit who's into yodeling.
Yeah, I mean, babies just don't know anything.
Yeah, they don't really do much. Domestic Goddess says, ever notice in the story of the 3 bears, Papa Bear's porridge is piping hot, Baby's is perfect, and poor Mama Bear's is cold? I get it now.
Oh, yeah. There's a deeper meaning.
Susan McLean says, if Parenthood was one of those choose-your-own-adventure books, every ending would likely result in a mess, laundry, or losing lots of money. And the best ending is where it's all of that.
Oh, yeah. The complete ending.
Yeah, there you go. Ashley Austria says, I'm the boss, I whisper as I fill a bowl of water for my kid's stuffed dog and then comply with the fake dog's request for ice.
He asked for ice.
Yeah, he wants ice, Mommy. Valerie says, 4 p.m., me. How was school today, kid? ... 6 p.m., do anything fun today? ... Bedtime, good night. Guess what happened at school?
Oh, boy.
And that's the way it goes.
You know, I can't say I ever really did that because I usually never really talked about school. I look forward to bed.
My sister had the opposite problem. She gave too much information. I remember my parents.
Right up front.
My parents would be like, so what did you do at school today? Well, I got on the bus, and then the bus brought me to school, and then I got off the bus, and then I walked into the school, and it took them a while to get her out of that. I mean, they try to listen to it, and then I put my coat away, And then I walk back to my desk, and it's like, all right, shut up. We don't care. You know, it's like...
We get it.
Yeah, I don't know if she was doing it on purpose to get them to stop asking, or if she was just weird. I really don't. I should ask her.
Just give us new information.
Another thing that my sister would do was she would do these crazy scribbles on a piece of paper. Like, just crazy scribbles. And you know how parents have got to act like it's the greatest work of art ever, you know? Oh, wow, that is great. What is it? And she would always say, it's a cheese factory. See, I sometimes poke fun at her. She likes I'll see a scribble and I'll be like, look at that cheese factory over there.
A cheese factory?
She would always say it's a cheese factory. I don't know why.
Maybe it's that was her kind of humor.
She was like 3.
Like I said?
Yeah. Northern Light says, all our children's snacks are organic. Me. Cool. My kid eats candy off the floor. There you go.
Just how it is.
Crazy Exhaustion says, meet a baby. Say dada. Husband. You don't want her first words to be mama? Hell no. The other 2 won't leave me alone. This one's yours. Sarcastic mommy says, if you wait long enough to make dinner, everyone will just eat cereal. It's science.
Yeah, because you just get fed up and you're like, cereal.
There'd be that occasion where mom would be like out or for some reason and dad would have to make dinner when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. I'd say my dad, he can't cook, man. Mm. Not saying that he tries to cook and that it turns out badly, but that he does not know how to cook.
Like, he just looks at an oven and goes, I give up.
Like, what is this thing? Like, he can make bacalaitos out of the box, not the fresh kind, but even though he's done it for years, he still reads the instructions on the box each time.
Wow, okay.
You know, so when mom would leave us, he would cook, the 2 things that he knew how to make were peanut butter sandwiches and scrambled eggs.
Oh, man.
So that would be dinner. As a kid, I'm like, hell yeah.
Why not?
Was pissed. All right. Last one, Amy Dillon says, Daddy's not home, so for dinner we're having a smorgasbord, I tell the kids, using the Swedish word for chicken nuggets and Benadryl.
Wow. Okay.
I'll put him to sleep. All right. Well, out of 35, you know, I can't really compare it to the male version because those are very different kind of humor. Mm-hmm. You know, moms go through a lot of shit. I gotta say, this is very good. I enjoy it. I'm gonna give it a 33.
I'm thinking 31. A couple of them were just kind of shrugging.
Now, I got a list here that I saw the other day, and I was like, I gotta do this for List Critics too, because this is from Tickle.com. 25 ways to tell that you're Canadian.
Oh, snap. Okay, here we go.
You are an honest-to-God, real Canadian, so you can testify to the accuracy of this.
Born and bred.
I mean, you've been outside of Canada, but you've lived there your whole life.
Yeah.
So you're going to be the judge, the true judge as to how accurate this is.
Oh, boy. Okay.
All right, so there's 25 of these. Number 1, you have Canadian Tire money in your kitchen drawers.
I have had Canadian Tire money before.
What is tire money?
It's Canadian Tire. Canadian
what the hell is it?
Store.
Oh, so
it's a store where like there's automotive stuff and
it's money
outdoor sportsy.
So it's like money set aside for spending there.
It's specifically for that, but it's like 5. They're all bills, but it's like 5.
Oh, so it's like
cent.
Like Disney bucks kind of thing.
Yeah.
Number 2, you know what a toque is.
Well, see, when I hear toque,
me too, but T-O-Q-U-E.
Oh, toque.
Oh, it's toque. Okay, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. What is a toque?
Well, you guys call it a beanie for some reason. I don't know.
Oh,
like the winter hats?
No, a beanie is not a winter hat. A beanie is those, like, propeller hats.
Well, the official term for the winter wool hat thing is a beanie now.
According to who?
I don't know, Americans that I've spoken to, they're like, what's a toque? And then I showed them, like, oh, it's a beanie.
Not a beanie. That's a puffball hat.
Well, it doesn't always have a puff on it.
Well, you know what I'm talking about, though. Number 3, you actually think it's normal to get milk in bags as well as cartons and plastic jugs.
Yeah?
That's not normal, man. I've told you, man. I don't think any other country does that.
It can't just be Canada. It can't.
I talked to the UK. They don't know what the fuck you're on.
It's just, you get so much.
I talked to Australia. What cunts they are. Even Japan thinks it's weird.
Like, we have, in our milk section, we have far more bags than we do anything else.
So what?
It's just good to have that much.
But to me, it's like, as soon as you cut open that bag, you gotta, like, finish it now.
Well, no, I mean, if the other thing is, if you're buying that much, you go through milk a lot. Like, for a family.
Yeah,
so.
But how do you seal it back up? Like, what if you just want a glass of milk?
There are little sealers that you can get.
That is just... I'm sorry.
You clamp the plastic.
The plastic jug is way easier. All right, anyway. Number 4, you drink pop, not soda. Well, now, here in America, whether you call it pop or soda is a regional thing, and I'm assuming that there are some parts of Canada that say pop and some that say soda. And there's probably some that say soda pop.
I think the majority in Canada, though, is pop.
That's because y'all trip. That's because y'all tripping. All right, number 5, you know what a Mickey and 24s mean. It's time to party, eh?
Oh, yeah, Mickey and 2-4.
Oh, Mickey and 2... Isn't that like a 40-ounce malt liquor?
Oh, no, it's smaller.
Oh.
It's like I usually get myself a Mickey of vodka.
Oh, Mickey is a measurement.
Yeah, yeah.
We have a brand of malt. We have a brand of malt liquor called Mickey.
That's funny.
The 40 of Mickeys. You know?
Yeah, and a 2-4. Well, that's a case of 24, right?
Oh, a case. Okay. We just call it a case.
Yeah. So,
I mean, there's 24 in it, but we just call it a case.
Like May 2-4, we
All right, cool.
We like you get a 2-4 on 2-4.
All right. Number 6, you don't care about the fuss with Cuba. It's a cheap place to go for your holidays with good cigars.
This must be a little old.
Why is it a little old?
Because
we no longer have the embargo. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's 2 years old from what I'm seeing, but you know what? I mean, with our current president, he might be like, there are a bunch of Mexicans down there, and we're going to build a wall around Cuba. They won't be able to swim under it. And I'm going to make Fidel Castro pay for it all. We'll rob his corpse.
Oh my God! He'll build a wall above and below sea level.
Any chance to make fun of Trump, just to do the Trump voice. I don't even have to be making fun of him. I just love doing the voice. Yeah. Number 7, you know that a pike is a type of fish, not part of a highway.
Yeah.
Well,
I've had pike before.
It's clearly both. I mean, I've had pike too. I don't see the big deal. We know what pike is. It's not. You didn't invent it, Canada.
I don't know. This is a list.
All right. Number 8.
I didn't write the damn list.
Number 8. Now this one's contentious. You drive on a highway, not a freeway. I
don't know about that.
Pretty interchangeable. I mean, a freeway is specifically a highway with no tolls. But Canada really only has one highway.
Well, the 401?
Yeah. And by the way, when Devin Townsend wrote the song Canada, because he's Canadian and he's got a lot of Canadian pride, and it's a great song, and it was about that road, he called it a freeway.
So I would consider it to be interchangeable. I don't know. Yeah, that one's a little dubious.
Yeah, it's dubious. Number 9, you're not offended by the term homo milk.
No, I'm not.
Well, it's funny. I wouldn't be offended. It's funny. I mean, because homo milk, but really, I mean, we know it's homogenized.
Yeah.
Number 10.
It's just short form.
You understand the phrase, could you pass me a serviette? I just dropped my poutine on the Chesterfield.
Yeah?
Okay, I'm going to try and translate this. Now, I know poutine is a messy bunch of fries and gravy.
And cheese.
Well, yeah. So, pass me a serviette. That must be like a towel or something, like a hand towel.
It's just it's like a napkin.
Okay, well, yeah, all right. I don't know what the Chesterfield is, though. That sounds like something your grandma has, like, oh, check out my Chesterfield. And it's like a big chest of drawers or some shit. Or
Yeah, you got it.
Because my grandmother had something like that. She called it a secretary.
Oh, whoa!
It just seems like something an old person would say. Oh, well, there's the secretary. There's the Chesterfield. There's the Hutch. You know, they all got different names for it. Number 11, you design your Halloween costume to fit over a snowsuit. Well, you would have I think it depends on where in Canada you are.
I don't know, man. Like, the end of October, there's already snow on the ground.
Well, yeah, but where you are. I mean, Canada's a big fucking country.
Yeah, I guess if you're in, like, Vancouver or something like that, it's a bit warmer.
Number 12, you know that the last letter of the English alphabet is always pronounced Z.
Z.
Yeah, you do say Z.
Yeah, I do.
Number 13, your local newspaper covers the national news on 2 pages, but requires 6 pages for hockey.
Yeah, sometimes they do go a little lengthy with the hockey news.
Let's be real. It's the same here, except instead of hockey, it's just the general sports page. They call it the sports page, but really it's the last third of the newspaper.
Yeah, it's a pull-out section.
Yeah, really. Number 13, your local... that was number 13. Number 14, you know that the 4 seasons mean almost winter, still winter, and road work.
Oh, God. Road work is 3/4 of the year.
Yeah, we got that here, too. Like, if you're in New England, I mean, yeah. Number 15, you know that when it's 25 degrees outside, it's a warm day.
Oh, hell yeah. 25 degrees, that's definitely...
Hot, right? Yeah.
That is
hot in Celsius.
It's hot, but it's not hot.
Hot?
Yeah. 30 is when it's hot.
Yeah, in Fahrenheit, that's below freezing, so that's balls cold.
Yeah.
Number 16, you understand that the Labatt Blue commercials. I don't even know what Labatt Blue is. It a beer? It sounds like it would be a beer.
Is that the one that says, if you wanted water, we'd ask for water?
Is that with the 2 guys? You know,
the 2 guys?
Rick Moranis is one of them.
Oh, the Great White North. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Take off, loser.
Yeah.
We had those commercials down here for a while because they tried to sell that beer here, and they had those guys on and everything.
Oh my God! You must have thought, okay, this is Canada trying to be as Canadian as possible.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Number 17. You know how to pronounce and spell Saskatchewan. I know how to say it. I don't know how to spell it. Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Number 18. You perk up when you hear the theme song from Hockey Night in Canada.
Which they don't even own anymore, sadly.
See, like that's like like Monday Night Football here, you know. All right, number 19. Yeah. Number 19. You were in grade 12, not the 12th grade. Semantics, man.
Yeah, I've said both.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. Number 20. A is a very important part of your vocabulary and is more polite than huh. Well, yeah, they don't mean the same thing.
Not necessarily. No, like A is kind of like a yeah, you know?
Yeah, like and you? Yeah. Number 21, you eat chocolate bars, not candy bars.
Yeah, I always thought candy bar was weird because there's usually no candy in a candy
bar. Usually they are chocolate, so... I mean, they're kind of interchangeable here, but not all of them have chocolate. Most of them. Most of... Payday don't have no chocolate in it.
Yeah, but okay, then that's not a chocolate bar.
Yeah, it's not really a candy bar either. But, I mean, it's like...
No, I guess it has neither. It's like a salt bar.
It's a delicious bar is what it is. Number 22, you never miss Coach's Corner.
Yeah, Coach's Corner is usually pretty funny.
Is that
to watch sometimes?
Oh, okay, it's a comedy. I thought it was gonna be like a
no. It's a segment during Hockey Night in Canada.
Oh, okay, cool. Number 23, Canadian bacon and craft dinner are 2 of your favorite food groups.
I do like both of them.
You know,
they are pretty good.
I love that you guys also call it Canadian bacon. Like nobody, I'm sure that has nothing to do with Canada.
It's female bacon.
Like, why do they call it Canadian bacon though? Even you guys, like you would think that like in Switzerland they call Swiss cheese cheese, right? You don't think that?
Well, we don't.
Swiss cheese. Like, we don't have American dressing here. We call it ranch. So why would you have it and call it Canadian bacon? So it's obviously not really Canadian.
I think that's more of a recent thing because I think for the longest time, we would just call it female bacon.
No.
We don't just
I always
call it
wondered,
bacon.
what is Canadian bacon? And I got it once in a diner, and this was years and years ago. And I'm like, this is ham? You know, like, what is this? This is the pink
it is.
This is the pink disc you get at McDonald's.
It is pretty good. Well, it's not McDonald's. Like,
well,
if you want the real shit.
Is the cheap version, but, you know, I mean, I'm saying, but that's what that looks like. Number 24, you know where to get good poutine. I would assume you would know where to get good poutine.
Quebec.
And number 25, you rolled up the rim to win.
And I have won before.
I'm assuming that's like Rip It and Win from Wongburger. 1 in 10
No,
chance.
it's from Tim Hortons. You roll up the rim on the coffee.
Well, I'm saying it's like 1 in 10 chance of getting your dick ripped off.
What?
It's from Aquatine.
No,
it's from Aquatine, man. Come on.
I don't remember that.
Roll it out. Rip it and win. It was the episode called. It was the episode called Dickisode where they kept saying the word dick over and over again.
I don't think I saw that one. I have not seen every episode.
It's fucking hilarious. Well, out of 25, I'm going to defer to you. How Canadian is this? Oh, and by the way,
I'd go 20.
There's a picture. I don't know if this is photoshopped or what, but it's got one of those roll up the rim to win the picture there, and it's rolled up, and it just says Hoser.
Oh.
Do they call you Hoser, or is that just photoshopped?
No, that's just a Photoshop.
It looks photoshopped. Can you imagine, like in England, you would roll it up and it'd be like wanker. You roll it up here in America and it'd be like asshole. You know. So
yeah.
What are you gonna get
The most
out of 25.
20.
20. I'll agree. 20. Sure, why not? Now we cannot.
The most you get on the roll up to the rim to win is please try again. That's it.
Yeah.
And in French.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I got the American version here.
Oh, okay.
No, there's not as many of these. It's from Tickled. It's 15 dead giveaways that somebody is American.
Okay.
Slightly different, but basically the same thing. Number 1, friendly to the point that you become suspicious of their intent.
Huh, I would have thought that would have been a Canadian thing.
No, see, because Canadians are polite. Americans get up in your face and want to know everything about you.
Oh, like they walk up, hey, what's going on?
There, buddy, how's it going? You know, and we are really friendly. You guys are polite and nice. We want to make friends with everybody. That's the way Americans are. Number 2.
Unless you cut them off, then look out.
Well, no, that's really just certain cities, really.
I guess so.
Number 2, Americans generally are more confident in the way they present themselves. Most other countries tend to be more reserved. Walk into a room full of different nationalities, I guarantee the American person will be the first to introduce themselves. It's a confidence thing, and I admire it. So this was submitted by people, it seems like. It seems
this is a very positive list so far.
It seems like this is what, well, it's the first 2 are who knows what's going to happen after this. It seems like they asked foreigners what they think of Americans, and this is the answers they got.
Oh, that's an interesting twist.
It is definitely a twist. I thought it would be the same, but it's not. Number 3, when they use the imperial system. You know, I found out something. Because, you know, I was saying, like, oh, America won't go metric, they won't switch to metric, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
We officially switched to metric in the 70s.
Well, what the hell, then?
It didn't catch on. People didn't like it.
Oh, people didn't like it.
Yeah, no, that's basically it. People wouldn't adapt, and that's the reason why you don't really see it. But that is also the reason that in a car, like, it shows you miles per hour and kilometers per hour, because we got both.
Oh. I wonder why it caught on in Canada then, because I remember my dad telling me that he had to learn imperial and then switch to metric, but it's stuck.
You know what? I'm sure the Canadian. Well, first of all, there's a lot less of you.
We were just too polite to say.
No, there's a lot. You got a lower population. It's less people to have to learn it, and a lot less, like, because you got to think of the cost involved changing all the road signs and everything. Our infrastructure is insane. There are roads on top of roads. It's insane. Number 4, wearing sneakers with anything. Oh, yeah. Gotta be comfortable. Gotta be comfortable.
Wearing sneakers inside a house, you monsters.
Yeah, we're really the only country that does that. I mean, personally, when I come in the house, shoes and pants come off.
Thank you. Well, yes.
Well, my house. If I'm coming to your house, I'm not taking my pants off. I mean, unless we're just having, like, boxer night watching Netflix, but, other than that, they're staying on. Number 4, no, it was number 4. Number 5, big smiles, firm handshakes. I've noticed that people that's got to be a European, because people in Europe don't really smile unless they know you.
Yeah, again, it's the whole reserve.
I could be walking around in town, just doing my thing, and just smile and wave at random strangers, and they'll smile and wave back. That doesn't happen in, Russia. Everybody's got resting bitch face, because they think that if you're smiling, you got to know the person.
I think it's more resting non-face.
No, it's resting bitch face. Trust me.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. It's not meant to come off that way. It comes off that way from the American perspective. So maybe to you it wouldn't be resting bitch face, actually. Number 6, using big adjectives generously. Wow, your aunt's kidney stone sounds awesome, or this Euroshopper beer tastes great. Okay, well, first off, nobody's saying that a kidney stone sounds awesome. That's weird.
Yeah.
And
can't wait to see you pass it.
And maybe the beer does taste great.
Yeah, I guess it's being over-enthusiastic about things.
Well, we do like to try new things. That's why we're a melting pot. We'll take part of your culture and fucking integrate that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason that we're not eating poutine is because it hasn't penetrated here. Once the majority of America gets a load of that shit, McDonald's will have it.
It's got to be infused into America at some point. Come on.
It'll happen. I mean, it's so unhealthy that we'll embrace it.
Right?
Number 7, mostly it's the prepared for anything look they have about them. Fanny pack, backpack, bottled water, camera pouch. Compared to various other tourists, Asians tend to herd together for safety, while Europeans vary between blend right in Scandinavian to designer brand everywhere French, and traffic laws are for others Italians. Wow, they're hitting everybody. But Americans are the only ones who seem to view a perfectly civilized modern city like some kind of uncharted jungle that doesn't have places to shelter in the rain or buy cheap bottled water.
Be prepared for anything.
We gotta carry a bottle of water because, sometimes you drink water from another place, you get diarrhea. Not because it's bad water, because your system's not used to it.
Mm-hmm. Or Montezuma's Revenge.
Well, that's what it is. It's drinking water that you're not used to. You get the shits.
Yeah.
Number 8, they say great and are not being sarcastic. I can't even begin to imagine making a sentence where great actually means great. Dude, that sounds like you just lead a sad existence.
It sounds great.
Yeah, sounds amazing. Number 9, constant clapping.
What? Can't say I don't seen that.
I don't go around clapping unless there's something worth clapping about. But
wait, have you ever been to the movies and people clap at the end?
If it's a good movie, yeah. Not every movie. If it's either a good movie or it doesn't necessarily have to be good. It has to be entertaining. People were clapping at Batman vs Superman, which was okay, But it was an okay movie. Now the fucking extended cut, I wanted to clap for that shit, but I was at my parents' house. But no, I've had it. But then it only happens at certain movies. It's not like a common thing.
Yeah, because it's just something I don't see enough to put it into a list. The
biggest round of applause in a movie that I ever saw was at The Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that was just a fantastic fucking movie. Number 10, being surprised about the topless models on page 3. Yeah, we are a prudish. What? We are a prudish nation. Because how in Germany and whatnot they got naked shampoo commercials.
Oh yeah.
We don't have that.
Yeah, that's true.
In the UK they can show tits after 9 p.m. on regular TV.
But for being a prudish nation, there are a lot of sexified things too.
Yeah, but they're not naked.
They don't go that far.
We are prudish about nipples.
Yeah, you could have the pasties and you're good.
Yeah, right. Number 11, speaking as a former barman or bartender, as American customers would say, tipping. No British person will ever tip a barman. I'll occasionally get bought a drink by a drunk ladies or gents, but Brits actually giving me money for doing a job I was already being paid for never happened. I would listen for the American accents, which are easy to hear due to their natural loudness, and immediately serve them next.
Natural loudness.
We do talk loudly. We do talk loud. I'm considered soft-spoken, and sometimes people are always asking me to speak up.
Oh, huh.
I mean, I'm not soft-spoken right now because I'm speaking to a microphone. I'm projecting for YouTube, but in just day-to-day life, I'm actually rather soft-spoken. Well, you've talked to me in conversations many times.
Yeah, and you still have, like, it's not a burly voice, but it is commanding.
My relaxed voice is quiet, yeah. Number 12, Americans I'm talking to a very powerful microphone, so I can talk quietly and you'll hear me. Number 12, Americans describe distances in driving time as opposed to miles or kilometers. Yeah, we'll say it's 10 minutes away, it's an hour away. And it's practical, I think. You want to know how long it's going to take. Somebody says 10 miles, that could be 10 miles of country road, or it could be 10 miles of stop and go. It's going to take different amounts of time,
Yeah, it does seem more practical, but
I guess nobody else really does.
Depending on who you're... And also, the same 10 miles could be different if you were driving or if somebody else was driving. Maybe someone's a little more conservative.
Yeah, exactly that. So, number 12... Oh, that was number 12. Number 13, the dead giveaway is when they call you honey or sweetie or darling. I told you we're friendly.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
I guess so.
I go into fucking Subway and they're like, okay, what do you want, honey? And I want a sandwich.
Give me a honey oat, honey.
Oh, I love the honey oat bread. Number 14, North Face jackets everywhere. I don't even know what that is.
What is a North Face jacket?
I'm about to Google this shit. North Face jacket. I have no idea what that is. All right, images. Oh, those are those puffy jackets that chicks wear.
Oh.
The puffy jackets.
I don't like those.
That's really a ladies thing. That's why I didn't know what it was. All right, and number 15, incredibly loud but incredibly friendly. Very often you can hear them before you see them. So kind of driving that point in again. A
lot of these are kind of blending together.
Well, because they were sourced from different people. The other one was a list that clearly one person wrote about Canada, and this was...
Who was probably Canadian.
Oh, definitely. And this was asking people who are not American, like, how do you know who's somebody who's American?
I'd like to see that from, like, a Canadians talking about Americans and Americans talking about Canadians.
That'd be
cool.
That would be very cool. All right, out of 15, I'm going to, for the most part, it's accurate. I'm going to give it a 13.
Yeah, I'll go 13.
Okay, now I got a list here. It's a beast of a list. We're going to have fun with this one, man. And I always enjoy when we can make a game out of a list.
Oh, no.
You always say, oh, no, and then you have so much fun doing it.
I know,
But you always say, oh, no, it's hilarious. You've seen this. Explain a film plot badly? The hashtag?
Oh, okay.
Okay, where you explain, like, okay, give me a name of a movie, and I'll do it.
The Dark Knight.
Billionaire beats up mental patient. Okay.
That's so good. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, so these are on Twitter. So it has to be basically explaining the film plot in 140 characters or less. Actually, less because you have to put the hashtag explain a film plot badly in there. So no. I'm gonna explain the movie, and you just one guess. Let's not go too crazy as to what you think it might be.
How many we got?
Something like 50.
Oh, geez, okay.
Well, there's 48 pages, so maybe it's like 48 for... I don't know. Sometimes they have headers and shit. You ready for this first one?
Okay.
Old Asian man tricks teenage boy into doing all his work.
Oh, Karate Kid.
That is the Karate Kid. Very good. I said that to my friend Sarah, and she was like, is that Pokemon? And I'm like, no, Pokemon would be, old man distracts boys so he can bang his mom.
Yeah.
All right. Severely deformed middle-aged man thought to be dead teaches underage girl to use her throat effectively.
What? Oh my.
Sounds graphic, but it's not.
Use her throat effectively. I don't know. What is it?
It's the Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
I wasn't even thinking that as a movie, but yeah.
Yeah. Big-headed middle schooler takes advantage of fat friend.
Big-headed middle school.
Big-headed is kind of the hint here. But.
JB Neutron?
Oh, was that ever a movie?
Yeah, it was first a movie.
It's a Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I liked that comic strip when it was on the internet. He drew him with a G.
Movie looks like shit.
I've seen the movie. It wasn't shit, but it wasn't good either. Guy who can't swim ends up marrying a fish.
A fish called Wanda?
You know, I thought, like, this is so obviously The Little Mermaid, but watch him say a fish called Wanda.
I wanted to say that in case they threw me for a loop.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't. Yeah, he's like drowning. Fuck.
Yeah. Hockey team breaks all the rules and disgraces country and Jersey.
Slapshot?
Good guess. It's the Mighty Ducks too. Any of them, I guess, would have really been that. But yeah, it's the Mighty Ducks.
Oh well.
Priest kidnaps child for cult and eventual marriage to politician twice his age.
But what?
It's the Phantom Menace.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you gotta really think outside the box in that one.
That is it.
Yeah, it is.
That is it.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's good.
That is good. All right. I love this one. This is funny. Kid comes out of the closet.
Kid comes out of the closet.
Yeah, think literal here.
Monsters, Inc.?
That was a good guess.
Wait, no.
A good guess, though.
Little Monsters?
No, that had no closets. They came out from under the bed in Little Monsters.
Fuck, that's right.
It was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. All right. Cultural appropriation in space. Really obvious.
In space, Star Wars?
Avatar, dude.
Avatar?
Cultural appropriation.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
They made those fake bodies and pretended to be them.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was
and they're making more.
Yeah, well.
It's really obvious when you have the answer in front of you.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Tells girl it's what's on the inside that counts, then changes her outsides. You know, this could be so many movies. It's one specific one, but I think this could be a lot of them.
Well, is it like a She's All That kind of thing?
No. Think more for
Grease?
More for. Oh no, it's that's a good one too. But no, it's Cinderella. I think that's such a generic plot. I should have said, think of the origin of this, but yeah. A dad has to go pick up his daughter.
You laugh, but it's so simple.
I laugh because it's so stupid. You're not going to get it, but when I say it, you're going to be like, oh shit.
A dad picks up his daughter.
A dad has to go pick up his daughter.
Oh, has to go pick up his daughter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's Taken. Like, there's no way you're gonna get that, but it's hilarious.
That's good.
You might get you'll get this one. It's way too detailed. Unsuspecting boy is seduced by creepy old loner into a game of crime, terrorism, and incest.
Incest?
Well, almost incest. Almost incest.
Most cest. You say it's too specific, but I can't think of it.
Specific. It's Back to the Future.
Oh, okay.
Because his mom tried to kiss on him.
His mom.
Yeah. Oh, well, if your mom,
my brother.
If your mom looked like young Leia Thompson, I don't know what might happen.
Still your mom. Though.
I know. Yeah. No. Yeah. He wasn't into it. Group spends 9 hours returning jewelry. I'm sorry, jewelry. I'm trying to follow that pronunciation guide.
Yeah, jewelry.
It's jewelry. Yeah. Group spends 9 hours. I mean, it's 9 hours is what's key here.
9 hours.
Group spends 9 hours returning jewelry.
I'm really trying to think. Like, heist movies?
No. Like, you gotta think literal. Like, it's 9 hours long.
Oh, Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, that is correct.
Dang it. Lord of the Rings.
You got it. All right. A beautiful princess gets catfished.
A beautiful
princess gets catfished. This one's too generic. I'll give you a hint. It is a Disney movie.
Princess and the Frog?
See, that I think that's an acceptable answer. It's actually Aladdin, but I think that is a very generic plot. So,
yeah, but
I think that
to be fair, like when you say Aladdin, it's like, yep, that one makes more sense.
Yeah. A family's first Airbnb experience goes very wrong.
I don't know, European Vacation?
The Shining.
Oh.
Yeah. Way more horrifying than
better.
that. Yeah.
God.
Drug-addicted girl takes advantage of mentally challenged boy for 3 decades. That's very specific. You'll get this.
Drug-addicted girl
takes advantage of mentally challenged boy.
Mentally challenged boy for 3 decades. Forrest Gump?
That is exactly correct. Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
All right. An alcoholic orphan and his boss burn down his family home.
Wow. Alcoholic boss and his foreman?
And his boss.
Oh.
And his boss burned down his family home. I'll give you a hint. It's one of my favorites.
American Beauty.
No. God damn it, man. No, it's Skyfall.
Oh, his family home.
Skyfall was his family house, and it did burn down at the end.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
James Bond is definitely an alcoholic orphan.
Yeah.
Okay, I love this one. A guy is 2 guys.
Oh, The Man with 2 Brains?
Is that even a movie?
Steve Martin.
Man with 2 Brains? That was a movie. Okay, it's actually Fight Club, but okay, I'd never heard of that one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Spoilers.
A guy that's alone in the forest kisses a dead body while 7 other guys watch.
Oh, Snow White.
No, Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, yeah.
Yeah, the 7 gave it away.
Yeah, it's very obvious. A young man forcibly binds other men and photographs them for money.
Forcibly binds other men.
And photograph. Now, don't think horror on this.
Yeah, that's kind of, I was trying to think that.
They're making it sound like it's horror, but it's not.
Photographs them for money. Pictures. I don't know. My mind is flooded.
It's Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, I couldn't stop thinking about horror movies.
Yeah, that's why I said that. Lunatic enslaves chocolate-making entertainers, slowly kills children in front of their parents. That's so obvious. If you don't get this, I'm going to punch the shit out of you.
Willy Wonka.
Of course it's Willy Wonka.
Mm-hmm.
Old man obsessively stalks teenage girl.
Old man obsessively stalks teenage... I'm trying to think more wholesome on this one.
It's not, no, okay. Finish the sentence. Still a better love story than...
Still a better love story than Romeo and Juliet?
Twilight.
Oh, Twilight. Yeah, he is old.
He's like 100 or something like that.
And he's hitting on... How old was she? 17?
She was in high school, so something like that, yeah. A father kills an old man with his bare hands while his son watches. That's really more explain one scene in the film badly. I'll give you... That's the ending. That's the ending.
Say it again?
A father kills an old man with his bare hands while his son watches. That's the ending to a movie. It's not the whole movie.
While his son watches. I don't know.
It's Return of the Jedi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I
said
said
throws him down a thing.
Yeah, he chucks him. Man destroys family heirloom. This is this one's bad. This is bad. It's Lord of the Rings again. I didn't know that there was going to be repeats on here. The Ring is not a family heirloom. It was owned by Sauron and only Sauron.
And only him, yeah.
Yeah.
Boo.
Okay. This one applies to 4 different movies. If you get any of them, we'll consider that a win.
Well, prepare for disappointment.
You gon' cry a lot.
You gon' cry a lot?
You gon' cry a lot. He's not explaining the plot, really. He's explaining the, what's a she, actually? Explaining the reaction to any of these movies. You gon' cry a lot.
A Walk to Remember?
God, I should have given you a hint. They're all animated movies. Try again.
Oh. Up?
You know what? Yeah, that's one of them. Up.
In like the first 5 minutes?
Up, Toy Story 3, The Land Before Time, and Inside Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inside Out, I didn't really feel much, but yeah.
Man's midlife crisis endangers his family and entire city.
Midlife crisis endangers family and entire city.
This is another animated movie. I'm going to give you a hint there. Animated movie.
Incredibles?
It is The Incredibles, yes.
Yes, Mr. Incredible. Yes.
Which is also an excellent film.
It was great.
Guy wants to bone Siri.
Oh, her.
Yes, it is her.
I got it.
I'd never even heard of that movie, but yeah, there you go. A guy learns to love a girl without her Instagram filters.
Shallow Hal?
No, it's another It's another animated movie, although that's a good guess. It's basically the same plot as Shallow Hal. Just think animated.
What? Yeah, like what animated one does that?
I mean, it's sort of the reverse of Shallow Hal, now that I think of it.
Is it Princess and the Frog?
No, it's Shrek.
Oh, yeah, okay.
A conversation about hamburgers leads to violence. That's just one scene. One scene in a movie.
Conversation about... Oh, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Royale with cheese.
Cornerstone of any nutritious breakfast.
Okay, this is really obscure. The movie's definitely not obscure, but the way they're explaining you're not going to get this. If you get this, I'm going to be very impressed. A startup company learns the importance of a proper IT budget. There's no way.
Space?
No. That's an excellent guess, but no, it's Jurassic Park.
Oh, man.
And when you think about it, that is absolutely the plot of Jurassic Park.
Yup. That's good.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I said this earlier, and I didn't look through this list first. A billionaire devotes his fortune to cosplay and beating up the mentally ill. I mean, it's slightly different than the way I said it, but that's obviously The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, yeah.
What did I say? I said billionaire beats up mental patient?
Yeah.
Mine was shorter.
It more.
I didn't put cosplay in there. Yeah. All right. A lot of people take the ice bucket challenge. It doesn't end well.
The Day After Tomorrow?
Good guess, but no, it's Titanic.
Woo!
That's good though. The Day After Tomorrow. That movie sucked.
Yeah, it did. Let's run away from the freezing. Okay.
Yeah, run away from the cold. Okay, this one is too obvious. You'll get this in a second. Leonardo DiCaprio wanders a frozen wasteland in search of an Oscar.
Oh, what's that movie called? Where he eats, like, shit, liver, I don't know.
The Revenant. I forget. You know the movie, though. The Revenant. You forgot the name, but you knew what it was. It's the only movie he's won an Oscar for.
I haven't seen it. That's the problem.
Yeah. Boy spends 7 years being a third wheel.
Boys, 7 years being a third wheel. 7 years.
It's a series. It's a series. That's
my mind is blank. I can't think of it.
It's Harry Potter.
Yeah, okay.
And 7 years being because Ron and Hermione wound up together.
Yeah, but he never had a thing for Hermione.
No, but he's the third wheel. He's just there being awkward.
He would have been awkward regardless.
This could be a bunch of different movies, but You might get this, actually. Ugly man uses Stockholm Syndrome to seduce pretty girl.
Beauty and the Beast?
Absolutely correct.
Yay, I did it.
Girl wakes up to a stranger on top of her in a bed, but it's cool because he's hot.
Whoa.
I've always said, remember, ladies, that it's only stalking if he's ugly.
Wakes up in bed with a dude.
That's the end of the movie, but that's the key thing. Wakes up to a stranger on top of her in a bed.
It isn't Snow White again, is it?
No, but you're on the right track.
Oh, Sleeping Beauty.
Yes, Sleeping Beauty.
Okay. No mention of the dragon or... Well, I guess it's explained badly.
Young girl with mental illness... Young girl with mental illness talks to furniture and marries her kidnapper.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast again.
Beauty and the Beast again. I mean, to be fair, they were using the live-action one for the other one, and the cartoon one for this one, but it is the same fucking movie, so...
Oh, not Beastly?
Yeah.
People forget about that one.
Oh, boy. A series of naps.
A series of naps.
Series of naps.
The Matrix?
Not a bad guess. It's actually Inception.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, not a bad guess,
That's better.
Depressed widowed father teams up with mentally challenged woman to find his disabled son.
Finding Nemo?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was too easy, that one. That was too easy.
Gave me too much.
Father reunites with his long-lost son, wants him to take over the family business.
Okay, there's more to unpack in that. Take over the family business. Reunites with his son.
Long-lost son. Long-lost son.
Long-lost son.
The key.
I don't know. I can't. I'm not coming up with movies.
That is the Empire Strikes Back.
Ow!
Yeah. Could you give me just one moment here? I gotta kill a bug. Get my Lysol. There's a wasp in here, and I don't play. Die, you fuck! Oh, you ain't getting away from me, bitch! Came to the wrong hood! Got the bitch. He did. Alright, we're good. Yeah, so that was The Empire Strikes Back. Public transportation running ahead of schedule for once.
Speed?
Yes, Speed! Great guess there.
That's good. I like that.
Bullied kid with birth defect proves people are only nice to you when they need something.
Sorry, you cut out there for a sec. Say it again.
Bullied kid with birth defect proves people are only nice to you when they need something.
Oh, I gotta know this.
It's a very cynical retelling. Okay, it's not really a movie. It's a TV special.
Bullied kid with birth defect. TV special. Oh, what is that called? Is it the guy that has a really big face?
What, Mask? No, that was a movie.
Mask.
No,
yeah.
that was a movie. No,
it wasn't.
No, it's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because they were really nice to him. Because Santa needed his ass.
Yeah. So, I guess we got to be nice to him now.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Mask.
I love this one. This is really good. You're gonna love this one. Cancer survivor never loses his sense of humor.
Cancer survivor.
Never loses.
Is there cancer in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's a pretty major plot point. Reading that lesson.
Is it the Fault in Our Stars?
Oh God, no. It's Deadpool.
That is good.
It is good, ain't it?
I don't know why. I forgot the cancer. Damn it.
This one is way too obvious. You can get this in like 5 seconds. Woman abandoned.
Wait.
Yep. Woman abandons all her standards to win back a horny teenager with greasy hair.
Grease?
Yeah, I mean, you put the title in there, so...
Yeah.
Come on.
Tell me about it, stud.
Yeah. Everyone dies. That could be a lot of different movies, but...
That's good.
I'll give you a hint, though. It's a musical.
A musical?
That narrows it down a lot.
I'm trying to think of musicals where everybody dies.
Yeah, well... Come on. You know this. You know this. This is easy. It's not easy from everybody dies. So once I say it's a musical, then it becomes very easy because there's really only one. It's like if I said everyone dies, you could say Rogue One and you'd be correct, but I'm not.
Yeah.
That's not a musical.
Oh, is it Les Miserables?
Yes, it's Les Miserables. Les Miserables.
I've never seen it ever.
But you're familiar with the plot.
Not really. I know it's French.
Everyone dies. That's the plot.
Okay. I'm glad I got it, but
okay. A love triangle between an 18-year-old girl, a 100-year-old guy, and a dog.
Oh, no.
I'll give you a hint. It's a sequel to a movie that we already had on this list.
A sequel?
Yeah. Like, we had the first one. This is the second one.
Oh, Karate Kid 2?
Oh, a dog, a 100-year-old man, and an 18-year-old girl? None of that is in Karate Kid. It's the second Twilight movie.
Oh.
Because the other guy was
a werewolf. Okay.
Werewolf, yeah.
Oh, wait, I was thinking of the next Karate Kid.
Oh, God. There was no dog in that either.
No, but there's a girl.
Okay, all right. This one, I hope you get this because this is fucked up.
I've missed some pretty obvious ones, dude.
This isn't obvious. It's the opposite of obvious.
Uh-huh.
Small town doctor brings three people closer together.
Small town doctor brings three... Oh, the one where they're sewing the anus to the mouth.
Yes, it's the human centipede.
The human centipede.
Yes. You got it. That was so gross.
Yeah, I started watching the sequel and I just turned it off.
Okay. Emo teen can't live up to grandfather's legacy, takes it out on dad.
Can't live up to grandfather?
Yeah.
Say that? Okay.
Emo teen can't live up to grandfather's legacy, takes it out on dad.
Sounds like I should get this one.
You should get this one. It's really obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Once I say it, you're going to be like, oh, fuck.
That's me this whole time.
No, you got a lot more of these than I thought you would.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, to be honest, you got some that I totally would not have gotten.
Is it another Star Wars? I'm really bad at those.
It is. It's The Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. Grandfather.
Because Kylo Ren is Darth Vader's grandson. He's emo, and he kills his dad.
Damn, yeah, it all connects.
There you go.
I'm bad with the Star Wars.
Okay, this is the last one.
Okay.
This really applies to two movies, but, well,
Let's see.
One of them is way more well-known. You want to go for the well-known one. Talking Bacon.
Talking Bacon?
Talking Bacon.
Babe or Gordy?
Yeah, it's Babe. I mean, Gordy was first, but Gordy was also a shitty movie, so...
Yeah.
Nobody saw Gordy.
I did. Not in theaters, though.
Yeah. Well, I saw the trailer for Gordy. I was like, well, that looks like shit. And then I saw the trailer for Babe, and I'm like, didn't they make that movie already?
Is Gordy the one where they say, that'll do, pig, that'll do?
No, that's Babe, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I haven't seen either.
Gordy has nothing going for it, then.
Yeah, really nothing. So, out of 48, just based on how much fun you had there, I was disappointed a little bit that there were some repeats. Like, we didn't need Lord of the Rings twice, and two...
And the second time was kind of off.
Yeah, it was way off. Family heirloom.
Family heirloom.
That from Sauron made the ring for himself, and then Beauty and the Beast was in there twice, and so. But I'm out of 40. I give it a 40 because I had fun.
That's what I was thinking. That I could have given it a lower score, but the fun kind of brought it back up to 40.
Okay.
I'm disappointed in myself with some of those, though.
Well, a lot of it's like very obvious after the fact.
Yeah, once you say it, it's like, oh, well, duh.
Yeah, duh. But that's the point of it, though. It's always like, oh, well, duh.
Back to the Future. I should have got that one.
You really should have gotten Back to the Future. All right. Here's a story list from Tickled. 32 baffled parents reveal the weirdest thing they found in their child's room. Now, we did something almost exactly like this a long time ago.
Yeah, there was a similar list, wasn't there?
They remember the condoms full of shit and the kid was trying to make wind chimes?
Yeah, like, what?
I have read through this to make sure that it's not the same list. There's no repeats or anything. These are completely new.
All right, so I have not heard these.
No, well, I have because I read this earlier, but
Right.
Number one, not only are parents, some of them are also kids telling about their parents finding their weird shit too.
Yeah.
Number one, when I was a teenager, I went out with some of my girlfriends, and my mom decided to rummage through my bedroom. In my gym bag, she found a blank medicine bottle full of Gold Bond powder. I moved it to a smaller container so I didn't need to bring the whole thing with me. Anyway, after freaking out about it, thinking it was illegal substances, the likes of which she's obviously never seen or smelled, my dad convinced her the only way to know was to taste it. She claims her tongue went numb for 2 days.
Well, that's what you get when you put Gold Bond in your mouth.
You know what? That myth of people tasting like cocaine or whatever to test it, that's bullshit.
Yeah, like, what's it going to taste like? Oh, that's definitely what cocaine tastes like.
Well, the cocaine thing, the myth is that it will make your tongue numb, but as you see from this, so will Gold Bond medicated powder.
And then they rub it on their gums.
Yeah, that's not a thing. People don't do that in real life.
No.
You always see cops doing that in, like, cop shows, and it's like, the thing is...
movies and shows.
The thing is, they don't know what it is, so why would they put it in their mouth? It could be arsenic.
Put it in your mouth.
It could be arsenic.
Yeah, it could.
Arsenic looks like that. All right, number 2.
Lace.
Nice reference there.
Yeah.
When I was a little girl, around 8 or 9 probably, my friends and I, being the little pervs we apparently were, drew this whole notebook full of stick figures doing it. In different settings, like in a pool, at a concert, stuff like that. My mom found it one day and was horrified, showed it to my dad, and I got to spend a whole afternoon being embarrassingly lectured by both my parents. They didn't believe me that it was my friends and my doing and thought it was my own personal porn stash. I still look back on it and cringe.
That's a porn stash? Ah.
You know what? That could have been on the teenage cringy moments then. Well, she said 8 or 9, but still. When I was when I was in high school, I sat next to this girl in health class that she would draw stick figures doing it, but she would be a little more graphic. She was like, "What are you drawing? Stick figures having rough sex."
Rough sex.
It wasn't normal sex, it was rough sex.
They use devices.
Number 3. Proud father of 2 girls here. I had been on mini holiday away with some work friends and arrived home late. Went upstairs to say hello/goodnight to the girls. Go into my 9-year-old's room and notice the mysterious shadow of an object inside the globe I brought her. She's very interested in different countries. Anyway, I don't wake her up. I just bring the globe out of the room and open it up to find a model flying saucer covered with female breasts that have clearly been cut out of a pornographic magazine and stuck on. I have not been able to coax an answer out of either of the girls over it. Well, the titty saucer is going to explore the far reaches of space. Don't you know shit?
What? Is this a thing?
Apparently it's a... No, I'm just making it like it's a thing. That is weird.
Yeah, like...
That is very
strange.
strange.
That's so off the cuff.
Yeah, well, I told you I read this earlier, so I had planned to say that.
That is very strange, though.
Yeah, like they're cutting... First of all, where do these girls get porn? Like magazine porn, not internet porn. Magazine porn.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting out all the tits and sticking it on a flying saucer and then putting it inside a globe? Like...
I gotta say, Titty Saucer's a good name.
Titty Saucer should be, like, a band.
Yeah.
We are Titty Saucer!
It'd be like a hair metal band.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Number 4... Oh, gotta go to the next page. Alright, number 4. When we were kids, my oldest sister was obsessed with Egypt. She had books, movies, posters, everything about Egyptology. So at one point in my life, someone in the house noticed an odd smell coming from said sister's room. I remember my mom looking everywhere for the source, and we could never find it. We all just assumed it was her smell. Fast forward to my sister moving out for college. She was packing, and I was just lollygagging around, about 10 years old. She pulled out a tennis ball canister and started laughing. She totally forgot about the mummified peaches she and her friend tried making years earlier. Turns out the awful smell was these peaches that my sister mummified by putting them in a tennis ball container and filling it to the top with garlic powder. Worst discovery ever. That is very strange.
Wow. That is... Oh, that smell, that combination.
I like garlic and I like peaches, but I do not like rotten garlic and peaches together over a period of years. It's gross.
Yeah, rotting peach and mixed with highly potent garlic.
For years.
Yes, years.
Enclosed space.
So all that gas, like the fumes, oh my God.
Oh my God. Number 5, I found an open condom with coffee grounds in it. She's 7. Well, maybe she thought it was a filter.
Yeah, like, you know, she sees you put the filter in the coffee, she's like, oh, well,
yeah,
it's the same.
Yeah, it's like one of those hot shot things, you know?
It's my sized.
Yeah. There you go. Number 6, my parents found my parents found a crack pipe in my room when I was about 6. I found it on the playground, and I thought it was treasure. Well, to somebody it was.
It was their dearest treasure.
Yeah, right? Shit.
Oh my God, a crack pipe.
Number 7. My mother found a notebook full of 13-year-old me's sex stories. In alphabetical order, there would be a setting, and I would write a story about that. I got in from school one day, and the book disappeared and has yet to be mentioned. But it will. One day it will.
Oh no. Yeah, they're waiting. They got it in the wings, waiting for you to fuck up or something.
Right, waiting for that right moment. Waiting for you to bring your fiance home. That's probably what it is.
Yeah. Oh, we have this lovely book here to share with you.
Yeah. Oh, you want to hear his writings? Number 8, my mom found a ridiculous adult film in my brother's room. She was afraid to ask him, so she asked me. I got to explain that his friend went to an adult store and asked if he wanted anything. He asked her for something with a catchy title. But they don't tell you. They don't tell you what it is, though.
Oh, what was that really crazy porno from South Park that everybody checked out?
Backdoor Sluts 9.
Backdoor Sluts 9, yeah.
I'll never forget that. Number 9, homemade fleshlight. I found half of a banana with tape all over it. The insides had been carved out, so it was just the peel. I think the tape was used to hold the peel together. I give him points for ingenuity. Necessity is the mother of invention, after all.
He MacGyvered that shit.
He really did. I mean, I was that age, I just use a pillow. Y'all coming up with some next level shit. Number 10, a stack of tortillas under my daughter's pillow. I think she was 5 years old at the time.
Saving them for later.
Them tacos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number 11, when I was younger, I heard of selling your sperm to a... This is good. And by good, I mean terrible.
Oh, no.
I heard of selling your sperm to a sperm bank for money, so I decided to save all of mine in a prescription bottle. My mom found it about 2 weeks in, roughly 1/3 of the way full. She gave me a what-the-fuck look. I explained my entrepreneurial pursuit to sell it. She left the room to control her laughter and disgust. Pretty sure that was the weirdest moment/conversation we've ever had. Yeah, they generally...
Oh, man.
They generally want it fresh.
Yeah, fresh out of the
like you
thing,
you jerk into the container and they get that shit into a freezer like immediately.
Immediately, yes.
Yeah. Have you ever done that?
What?
So, have you ever donated sperm?
No.
Have you ever thought about doing it?
No.
I never did it either. Apparently you need to sign all kinds of contracts and shit. Like, you don't just, like, jerk off in a cup and they give you $60. Like, you have to do it over a period of years for them.
You guys get money for that, right?
Yeah.
We are, at least as far as I know, we don't. Along with donating blood.
We don't get money for blood.
Okay.
Number 11, when I was younger, I heard of selling your sperm... Oh, I've just read that one. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, I'm moving on here. Number 12. When I was in middle school, I used to keep packets of ketchup and mustard from lunch, just something to fidget with in class until school ended. When I get home, I'd keep them because I didn't want to waste food. Eventually, I had 3 shoe boxes filled with them under my bed. Cue to a year later, I got home from summer camp, and my mom didn't ask me about the Playboy under my bed, but she was completely baffled as to why I would have 3 shoe boxes worth of ketchup and mustard under there. Well, because she knows why you have the Playboy.
And so maybe she thinks, I hope one doesn't transfer to the other, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that would be bad. Yeah. Call it a mustard dick. Number 13, a single raw egg. My daughter is 6. Asked her why she had it. She said, why not? Fair
How do you
enough.
respond to that?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Number 14, a Barbie doll with her hair cut off, except that the removed hair had been bunched together and taped to her crotch. Yeah, Barbie got pubes.
That's just funny. Going for the 70s look.
Wow. Yeah, 1470s.
Yeah.
Little bush. Number 15, when I was 3, my parents discovered old shampoo bottles filled with pee. This is going amazing places. That had been the reason the shower had stunk for the past month. They asked me why I did it, and I told them I was making beer for my G.I. Joes that I played with in the shower.
What the fuck? What?
He was making beer
That
for
is
G.I. Joes. At least he was only 3. Like, imagine if he was older. I mean, 3, that's the age to do that at, you know? If there's an age to do that, it's 3. I'm making beer.
When you're like 30. Mm.
Well, then that's a fetish. Number 16, I used to steal 18-plus magazines from my sister. She's a lesbian, so it was right up my alley. I'm proud of the fact that I never tattled on my sis when I got caught with her stuff.
Aw.
Well, I would hope not, because not only would you be throwing her under the bus, you'd also be outing her when she may not be prepared for that.
Yeah, that's the double outage.
Yeah. Number 17, when I was in 2nd grade, I cut a picture of my friend out of my yearbook because it was his birthday, and I was going to put it on his card. My mom absolutely freaked out and went on to ground me for 2 weeks. Why? Who the fuck cares?
That's it? That's the end of the story?
Yeah, but I'm not understanding why the... First of all, that's not that weird.
No.
And secondly, it's nothing to... Like, you grounded him for 2 weeks for cutting a picture out of the yearbook?
It would have been different. Well,
The
even if he'd,
second
like,
grade.
cut it up.
2nd grade yearbook. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, like, big deal. Big deal.
BD. I mean, come on. Number 18,
Mom.
my younger brother... Oh, don't start. We're going to have the sequel to the Psycho series.
Oh, jeez, no.
You know, he's talking like he's going to... You know, he's doing a thing now where he's talking about doing the Psycho series too, but I'm pretty sure that itself is the series that he's talking about doing it.
Like he's in it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I was thinking more Psycho Dad.
Yeah. My younger brother hid a dead squirrel under his bed in a shoebox. It took about a week for the entire house to smell like death and another week to locate the body.
Oh my God!
Wow, that sounds really bad.
That's like that's like the beginnings of serial killer.
You ever see that? You ever see that cartoon, The Max, on MTV?
Yes, I have it actually.
With the bunny, remember that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 19. That's not how the world ends with a thud. Number. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was a thwack. Thwack.
Oh yeah.
19. A little off topic, but still somewhat related. I had a colleague who told me an interesting story from when he was a kid. When he was younger, he wasn't allowed to have candy. He would create licking spots in secret corners of the house. The stairway had one, the inside of a cupboard, a hidden piece of the wall somewhere, etc. He would stain those spots with syrup and toothpaste and occasionally secretly lick those spots. That was his candy. This is why
very strange.
Give your children candy. No, it's not good for them, but we all had candy and we turned out fine. Give them candy because otherwise they turn into psychopaths.
Yeah, like that could manifest itself in an even worse way later on in life.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be creating licking spots on your corpse. It's not good.
Oh, I can picture that too.
Don't picture it. Why would you picture that?
Ah!
Why would you picture that?
It's a slippery slope.
It is. Yeah, it's slippery something, all right.
Oh no.
Actually, it's sticky. All right, we gotta stop being gross. Number 20, my little brother crapped his pants without me knowing and threw it on the floor. I came by 5 hours later to see this blackish circle thing that looks like a cookie/brownie and pick it up. That's when I realized it wasn't a cookie.
I'm glad that's where it stopped.
Yeah, at least he didn't. At least he realized it before he put it in his mouth.
But,
Number 21, it's not getting any less gross, by the way. My sister found some of her son's toys had poop on them. It was a toy screwdriver and something else. She was afraid that he was putting them up his butt and got really upset. Later, she found out he was pooping on the floor and using the toys to pick up the poop and hide it, which was apparently much better. He was around 3 or so. He's in college now. I try to remind him of that from time to time.
Yeah, just a little jab.
Okay, you picking up that poop with that little hammer?
In front of all of his college friends, of course.
Yeah, of course. Number 22, not quite in his bedroom, but we had a water cooler right outside all our bedrooms. It suddenly started smelling around it, and we thought it was the bathroom or dirty laundry or something. Well, we cleaned up like crazy, and it was still gag-worthy. Turns out he peed in the water cooler drip catcher thing. He was 5 at the time, and when we asked about it, he said he really had to go. I guess he thought it was like a sink with plumbing, but no, it just sat there. Another pee story was that we had a big refrigerator box that we let him play in it 4 years. Suddenly he stops playing and we hear a pouring sound. He was peeing in the box. He said he was pretending it was a house and that was the toilet. Great imagination, but he took it too far.
It's all pipes.
It's a series of tubes.
Yes.
Not a big truck. It's a series of tubes.
Tell me you don't know someone who pees in the shower.
I mean, come on now. I mean, as guys, we've all peed in the shower at one point in our lives.
It's all pipes.
Are you going to sit there and say you've never peed in the shower, Jesse?
Probably when I was younger.
Of course you've peed in the shower.
Not recently.
Well, anytime you got it was when you were younger.
Yeah, you got me there.
That's like when people, I'm going to do a Mitch Hedberg joke here. When people say, this is a picture of me when I was younger. Every picture is a picture of you when you were younger. Well, there's a picture of me when I'm older. What? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's not possible.
Time travel, bro.
All
right. Number 23. My 5-year-old son wrote on the footboard of his bed with a crayon, "Please don't kill me." It freaked me out for a moment, but I realized it was a message for closet and under the bed monsters.
Yeah, still a bit messed up, though.
At least he was polite about it. I would have just wrote, "Fuck off."
Yes.
Number 24. A friend of mine told me a story about how every few days he would be missing a steak knife or two. Time goes on, and now he's down to about 2 knives. At some other point, his garden shears go missing, along with a roll of wire and some hammers. For whatever reason, his son had all this stuff under his bed, along with some forks and a few cans of corned beef hash. His son is weird. This guy's
just a hoarder, I guess.
Little survivor fort there, you know, for when the bomb drops.
Yeah. One of those apocalypse preparations.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only reason anybody would buy corned beef hash in a can.
Yeah.
That ain't even good out of a can. Number 25, a condom stretched out over a banana in a sock drawer. I was about 11 and really curious how these things work.
There's worse.
That's not that unusual.
Yeah.
That really isn't.
It'd be strange to find, like, oh, but then you're like, okay.
You're like, okay. Number 26, when I was 8, a couple families came over for a get-together from grade school. The boys joined together and all rallied against the girls, forming a sort of no-girls club. I, being the club leader, made notebooks full of rules about how girls suck and how we were going to eliminate them. We decided to hide the secret book under my bed. About 6 years later, my mom found the book and read it. It looked like the scribblings of a complete madman, and she thought it was recent. She thought it was recent because I decided to date the pictures with a future date when I made them to throw the girls off if they ever found the book.
Oh, no.
Thinking her son was a delusional maniac, she went up to me and asked, my name, what is this? We all had a good laugh.
The beginnings of no, ma'am.
Milady. Number 27, I found out what looked like a demonic-looking Barbie doll under my little sister's bed with different symbols that appeared satanic, but I'm not sure. It creeped the heck out of me.
A demonic-looking Barbie.
So, good times.
Ugh.
Number 28, I found a stench emanating from my niece's room years ago when she was about 3 or 4. I started to clean it and noticed it getting stronger the more I'd gather her dolls into the toy box. I emptied the box again, looking for the source, but I couldn't determine where it was coming from right away. After starting to put her dolls back away, something fell from the diaper of one. Upon inspection, I realized it was a turd. Upon further inspection, I found that all her dolls' diapers had poop in them. Real human poop. It was hers. Turns out she took a pretend play pretty seriously.
Yeah, talk about devotion to the realism.
Baby shits itself, right?
Yes.
Number 29.
Baby far too alive.
Yeah. Number 29. Mom found my special socks between my mattress when I was 12, and not just 1, 7.
7?
That's a lot. That's a lot of special socks.
Yeah, man. Like,
Yeah,
how many times you
two max, man. 2 max. 7 is way too many. Holy crap.
One for each day of the week.
Yikes, right? Maybe that was the thinking. Number 30, my brother used to hide his candy in his room because he didn't want me eating it. One day, the maid or cleaning lady complained that there were too many insects in his room. My dad and her took a look at it. There was a huge ant colony in there. We called the bug exterminator guy to clean it out. He passed the bug spray all over the room. Even after that, there were ants everywhere around the house because some of them made home in the vents and walls. So we stayed at a nearby hotel for a couple of days while I swept the entire house clean of ants, all because my brother was selfish with his candy.
Oh, man, that sucks.
Yeah. And what you don't know is that while your house is being bug bombed, they were making crystal meth in it.
Do they do that?
That's from Breaking Bad, dude.
Yeah.
Remember, it was like in the later seasons. They had the exterminating company.
I remember now.
Yeah. Number 31. I gave my 5. What was it?
I was just gonna say, it just took me half a beat.
There you go. Number 31. I gave my 5-year-old boy a bunch of coins to put in his bank. After a while, I went to check on him. He was sitting naked on the floor, showering his junk with the coins.
What?
He's a baller. What can you say? I mean,
he's Scrooge McDucking his balls.
Yeah, he is. I mean, dude, get money, get fly. I mean, what can you say?
Fuck bitches, get money.
Yeah, number 32, this is the last one. When my husband was a toddler, his mom walked into the room he and his brother shared to see all their stuffed animals spread out and covered with the contents of a family-sized jug of ketchup. The incident is known as the Stuffed Animal Massacre.
Aww.
That's kind of cool.
That is kind of weird to walk in on, though.
Yeah, like a fucking murder scene. And you know those family-sized ketchups, that's a lot of fucking ketchup right there.
It would be worse if the kid looked at you and said, I learned it by watching you.
I learned it by watching you, Dad. Out of 32, what do you say?
Go 27. Some of them were kind of...
Some of them are not all that weird. I'm going to give it a 25. I got one list here that I intended to do on List Critics, but forgot to, so we're going to do it with you.
Whoops.
This is amazing. This is one of those fast food meltdown lists kind of thing.
Oh, like, is it customers or
yeah,
employees?
like remember the McNuggets lady? Like, this is not even my final form. I will end you.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that was a voiceover that was added after the fact, but
of course it was.
But these are real ones. 22 fast. This is from Ula.com. 22 fast food employees share the worst adult temper tantrums customers have ever thrown. I read this, and it is far beyond what you can imagine. I'm sure you've seen some of these. I told you about one that I saw in a drive-thru at a McDonald's where the lady was screaming, get the manager, I'm going to call the cops and all that shit.
Like, these are adults. Adults.
Imagine the worst of these stories that you've seen or heard, and just times 10, and that's what you're going to get here.
Oh, my God.
I read this, and I was shocked. Okay, well, here's the first one. Worked at Wendy's for a few years during college. The meltdown of legend was when a Little League mom came in with the whole team of kids and ordered food for all of them and some of the parents. She began to grow increasingly frustrated and visibly upset at the amount of time it took to prepare such a large volume of food. She began to pointedly ask why her food was taking so long over and over, each time her voice getting a little higher. After a few minutes, she started saying this is simply unacceptable and was asking for a refund. She was completely disregarding the fact that she can see the poor sandwich maker, who was standing right next to me. He was working frantically to put all of her cheeseburgers together. I said, okay, let me get the manager. She then started screeching that she wanted the refund now and threw her carrier tray of Frosties onto the floor. Now, you think that's bad? Listen to this. After this, she actually got down on her hands and knees, and I shit you not, proceeded to start grinding the spilled Frosty into the carpet with her bare hands, all while shrieking as if her child had been run over in the drive-thru.
I have no words.
I know. She
needs to go to a facility.
When you hear adult tantrum, that is a literal tantrum.
That is
she
like,
got down on the floor.
4-year-old kicking, screaming.
Yeah. She got down
Unbelievable.
on the floor. I know, and they're all like that. These
rubbing it in.
Amazing stories that I've ever heard. All right, you ready for the next one?
Oh my God!
We've got 21 more of these, but that first one is amazing.
Where do you go from here?
Well, you're about to find out. It was my first day at a local fast food taco place. A woman claimed she ordered ground chicken and instead got ground beef in a burrito pack. She definitely ordered ground beef because 3 people took her order, including myself, my trainer, and the manager overseeing everything. So anyway, she got these 6 burritos, left, and 5 minutes later she's back. She started screaming at the top of her lungs that we got it all wrong. When we offered to remake her order, if she calmed down, she proceeded to unwrap all 6 burritos, one at a time, and throw them at the manager. Hell of a first day.
Oh, man.
Just meticulously taking these burrito part and like just hucking burrito guts at these people.
Like that's not gonna get you your food any faster.
It's not gonna get you anything but arrested, I think.
Yeah, right?
Okay, now this next one I can totally relate to this because, as you know, I did work at a Wendy's once. And
yes.
a lot of people, like when you get your Wendy's, your cheeseburger at Wendy's, you get it, it's in the foil package, you go back home or go back to tip, you open it up, and you get a nice cheeseburger, right?
Yeah.
What you don't know is that everybody assumes, because this is the way they do it at home when they cook cheeseburgers at home, that they melt the cheese onto the patty. No hamburger place does this.
No.
They put just a regular room temperature slice of cheese on it, and by the time you get back to the table, it's going to be melted from the heat of the burger. But sometimes we get these knobs that would unwrap their burger right away just to make sure you didn't fuck it up, and they'd see that the cheese wasn't melted, and they'd have a shit fit about it. And so I can relate to this next one. Okay. One day I went to eat at Wendy's alone. As I was eating, my cousins came in with their other grandma, whom I didn't know or have never met. So I gave them a little wave from across the restaurant. We didn't speak to each other, whatever. They're adults as well. So they brought their grandma to this Wendy's, and the old lady ordered a baked potato. Potato arrived, and they get served their food, and almost immediately I hear my cousin start to console her. She stormed up to the counter with the cane no longer needed and slammed her tray on the counter. "This cheese isn't melted," she immediately complained. They explained to her that the cheese is kept very cold and goes on the potato, but after a couple of minutes it would be melted. She demanded they put it in the microwave or something. The kid behind the counter is explaining something, and this lady freaks out. She starts slamming her open palm on the potato, smashing it on her tray, and sending food flying. "This fucking cheese is not melted!" I finished my food and got the fuck out of there. Discussed it with my own grandma, whose son is my cousin's stepdad, and my uncle. She said they were all crazy in her most polite church-going voice.
They're all crazy.
They're all nuts. They're fucking Looney Tunes. I know. "This cheese is not melted." I've had that happen. I mean, not the smashing. Not the smashing.
Yeah, it was
people complaining about the cheese. Yeah, it's happened in the past. I was 17. I don't want to put up with this shit, you know? All right.
Yeah, like...
Here's the next one?
Yeah.
Some guy was screaming at a server while standing in line at a coffee shop. He was proclaiming that the service was being extremely tardy and how the staff was so incompetent. There was maybe 28 people in the line at the time, and the place was extremely busy. The poor servers were running around like crazy, doing their best job, and this guy snapped, screaming his head off, while everyone in line is trying to ignore him. I don't know who I was more disappointed with, the irrational, irate idiot or the other customers who tried to pretend that nothing was happening. After about 30 seconds, I was like, "Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you?" I think I snapped on him 5 times as hard as he did to the poor staff. He didn't expect it in the least. I've had minimum wage jobs where you get treated like shit and you're replaceable, so don't you dare talk back to shit people. I always wanted to stand up for young me in my minimum wage job, so this is my perfect opportunity, and I tore into him about how dare he be so rude, ignorant, and to never demoralize anyone like he just did for doing their job as best they can, and how much of a piece of shit he is. The dude shut his mouth instantly. He just stared at the ground afterward till he got his coffee. Then all of us 20 people in line had another few awkwardly silent moments waiting for our coffees, and then went on our separate ways.
Nice.
You know, I'll tell you, sir, I never experienced anything quite like that, but I was at this McDonald's once that was, I want to say, criminally understaffed. I think there were 2 people in the whole place. And I put in an order, and I paid for it, and then a half hour later, I still had not gotten food.
Get out of here.
And it got to the point where everybody, and all I can see was these 2 people running around, and they were making food at a frantic pace, but nobody was getting food. I didn't understand it.
Huh.
And they're just zooming around, zip, zap, zoop, you know, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? So, and, you know, it was so long that I made friends with everybody online. We started talking to each other. It was nuts. And then eventually I was just like, I gotta go, you know, like, and I wound up leaving. And my dad was outside waiting for me, and he was like, oh, I didn't realize you were gonna eat in there. I thought you were gonna bring the food. I said, no, I never got food. And I told him what happened. He's like, wow, that's the craziest thing I ever heard.
So they were making food. Where did the food go?
Who the hell knows?
That's crazy.
Maybe it was for the drive-through, but I don't, you know, I don't know, man. All right.
That does sound criminally understaffed.
Yeah. I used to work at McDonald's. The guy ordered fries with a side of tartar sauce. We didn't have any of those round sauce cups, so we put the sauce in a nugget box. No biggie, right? Well, I was manning the front counter when this guy came storming up the counter demanding to know why his tartar sauce is in a nugget box. I told him we were out of sauce cups. He demanded a sauce cup, and I patiently explained that again, we are out. So instead of acting like an adult and dealing with the disappointment appropriately, he threw his entire box of fries at me and all over the counter and then threw the box of tartar sauce on the ground and stormed out.
Just like an appropriate adult.
I don't understand the reaction at all there because, like, who cares? You have your sauce.
Yeah, you have it. It's okay. You're going to be okay.
All right. This one's great because this one the police get involved in.
Oh, escalation.
Yeah, oh, this is escalation. Okay. So I just started my shift at McDonald's. It's 8 a.m., so we aren't serving any lunch. This lady comes in and tries to order chicken nuggets. I tell her we do not have chicken nuggets until 10:30 a.m. She looks frustrated but accepts this news and leaves. So 10:30 a.m. rolls around. We're switching everything to lunch, and about 15 minutes later, the same lady comes in and orders 30 chicken nuggets. Okay, cool. I put in the order, put her food on the tray, and proceed to give her the nuggets. Now we give 2 sauces per 10 nuggets, and my boss was a stickler about this rule. Well, she wants like 15 sauces. I gave her more than I should have already, and I told her I can't give you any more sauces. She flipped out, started yelling at me, calling me every name in the book, so I walk away and get my manager. My manager comes, and she has opened all the sauces and nuggets and flips the tray over at my boss, and she is covered in sauce. Now, my boss is an older Mexican lady, and she didn't take shit from people. So she starts going off on the customer. She tells her to get out, and that the cops are on their way. No one called yet. The lady leaves and comes back with a taser, no joke, and starts to come around the counter.
Oh, my God.
All the silver sauces. My boss got a broom, and they're in a standoff at the entrance of the employee area. This visual is amazing, isn't it? Now the cops were called, and they're pretty close to the station, so they get there in about 5, maybe 10 minutes. The whole damn time the lady is trying to get over, and my boss is just waiting to smack her with the broom. Finally, she hears the sirens and tries to bolt, but by then it was too late, and she got arrested. Crazy times at that McDonald's. My McDonald's was in a very bad neighborhood, and once a year it would get robbed as well. Well, at least once a year.
God, all this over not getting enough sauces, though?
And her reaction is to break all the sauces, throw the nuggets, and then get her taser.
Like, was she just one little incident away from snapping?
You know, that's what it sounds like. You know, it's like the middle part of the Killing Joke.
Yeah, like, if it wasn't McDonald's, it could have been something else.
Yeah, or Falling Down. You ever see that movie?
Oh, I like that movie, yeah. That's a good one.
I used to work at a family-owned pizza place in Richmond, Virginia. One night, an older guy comes in and pays for his pizza that he had ordered over the phone, so I tell him it'll be out soon. About 5 to 10 minutes go by while I'm taking an order on the phone. He rudely interrupts me. I see a goddamn pizza sitting back there on top of the oven, and there isn't anyone else in here. I ask the person on the phone to hold and go back to check the name on the side of the pizza box. It turns out it was his, so I apologize for the wait and hand him the box. You know you just made me wait here for 20 minutes to give me a pizza that's been sitting out and is probably cold now? Is this how you treat all your customers? I apologized again for his minor waits, not 20 minutes, and asked him if I can get him a bottled soda on the house. This pizza is cold now since it's been sitting up there so long, and all you've got to do is offer me a soda? I replied, this pizza has been sitting on top of an industrial oven since you got here. I can assure you it is not cold. Are you really going to be a fucking smartass right now? You know I'm good friends with the owner here, and I can probably get you fired. They're always friends with the owner, right?
Yeah.
At this point, I was over dealing with this asshole, so I responded, go for it. That really fucking pushed his buttons. He requested my name, which I gave, and told me he would be in contact with the owner to get me fired over a short wait and soda offering. I wished him good luck, and he smiled as he flicked me off while storming out of the place.
Well, at least he didn't throw anything at
Yeah, at least he didn't, like, mash it into the carpet, right?
This pizza is cold!
While slamming it with his fists over and over again.
Yes!
Many years ago, when my sister and I were in high school, our dad was driving us home from the mall and stopped at Subway to get our mom a sandwich. It was a really nice day out, so my sister and I rolled down the windows and chatted while we waited for Dad to come out. All of a sudden, the subway door flies open and this lady comes storming out with her boyfriend in tow, ranting about, "They can't treat you like that." She was generally acting unhinged while her boyfriend tried to calm her down. I really wanted to make a snide comment about it to my sister, but they were standing like 10 feet from her car, the windows were rolled down, and I was afraid this lady would attack me if she heard me say it. A couple of minutes later, Dad comes out with Mom's sandwich. I asked him what that was all about, and he says the cashier had politely asked the boyfriend to stop swearing as there were children in the room, and the lady had flipped out and started screaming and breaking things.
Whoa.
Wow.
So, sounds like we know who wears the pants in that relationship.
She wears the Hannibal Lecter mask in that relationship. Okay. Fast food manager here. It was a busy holiday and drive-thru was piled up more than normal, so people were waiting 5 to 8 minutes rather than 1 to 3 minutes. 2 women cut in front of a guy to complain at the window that they did not get their nuggets but instead got strips in a separate bag. They proceed to start throwing me the strips. I asked if they checked their other bag. They begin to check their bag, realizing the nuggets are in there, then begin to yell at me because they've been waiting 45 minutes at the drive-thru. They continue to yell at me more, telling me about our employees are idiots, that our drive-thru is unbearable, that our food tastes like shit, and we should respect our customers more, and so on, all while holding up the line for an additional 5 minutes. Obviously, they weren't in a hurry, huh?
Yeah, they wanted to be heard. And
This is a bit of a long one. I was at Wendy's in suburban Kansas City when this young lady about 19 to 20 years old went through the drive-thru in some Lexus or Infiniti mid-range luxury car. She came storming back inside and proceeded to start cussing out every employee behind the counter because they forgot to give her ketchup or something stupidly trivial like that. This chick is dressed in boots, miniskirt, tank top, and some sort of lacy blouse. Not terribly inappropriate, but more like a spoiled brat Italian with roided-out greaseball boyfriend type with rich parents. So Jersey Shore, in other words.
Yeah.
She's swearing and yelling at the employees, and they're just sitting there taking it like I'm sure they're supposed to. Meanwhile, there are 2 older couples and a family with young kids, and everybody's just watching her. After a couple of minutes of watching this, I can't take it anymore. I step up and tell her that it doesn't matter what they did wrong. Nobody deserves to be treated the way she's treating them. I tell her to grow up, and she's looking like an idiot. She should just get out and leave everyone else alone. I told her I didn't know what was wrong with her, but you need to get out right with the Lord or somebody because you got serious issues. The exchange stays heated, and then she accuses me of sexual harassment because I said, "Step off, bitch." I responded with, "Miss Thing, I don't know who the hell you think you are. You see that tall dude over there with the beard? That's my partner of 3 years. I never sexually harass you or do anything else with somebody who treats people like shit like you did, so get to getting." She then stormed out of there and scorched her tires and right past the building, flipping us off. I then told the employees not to let somebody like that get them down. We're all just trying to make a living, and most people aren't like that. The other folks in the restaurant said thank you to me for saying something.
Oh, well, it ended well. It ended better.
Well. Yeah, it ended better than most of these do. All right. Back when I was 16, I was a hostess at this Mexican grill with an awesome view of the sunset. Every evening in the summer around that time, we'd be booked solid. I'm talking an hour or so wait for walk-ins. So this one Friday evening, we were especially packed, and this lady came in with a party of 3 and no reservation, and she was demanding a patio table without a reservation on a Friday. So I politely told her it would be about an hour. By the time she would have gotten a table, the sun would have already set. For the next half hour, this lady paced up and down the patio about every 5 minutes to make sure I did not miss a table getting up. Every time a table did get up, she rushed over, demanding to be sat ahead of everyone else on the wait list. Anyway, she was getting more and more agitated the longer she waited, even though I told her it would be an hour. She was still pacing, complaining to her friends, and talking loudly about the poor service. So it gets to the point where she was next on the wait list, and a patio table opens up. It was a table for 2 people, not 3. And it would be a fire hazard to sit this lady's fat ass at that table. So, did she react like a reasonable adult and continue waiting? No, she decided the best way to handle the situation would be to call a 16-year-old girl incompetent and a bitch and then threw a stack of menus at her. That was some of the craziest shit I ever saw. Why do so many of these end with them throwing things?
That must be like the primitive part of their brain because they don't know what to do.
Throwing and smashing. Throw, smash, throw, smash.
It's Hulk smash is what it is.
Okay, this next one is completely different from all the other ones. And I think it's really funny. It's way different. I just got off work and was picking up dinner for my girlfriend and her roommates so we could all hang out. Decided to get us all some pizza, so I texted her and asked what kind I should get. She said she didn't care, I could choose. So I went to Domino's and grabbed 2 pizzas, one with pepperoni, and I decided to get the other one with chicken. I brought the pizzas to the apartment and told her what I got. She lost her shit and lectured me for like 20 minutes on how chicken is not an ingredient that is supposed to go on pizza. On and on and on. She even insisted that I bring it back and get a proper pizza. I'm usually a really mellow guy, but the pure absurdity of her reaction really ticked me off. We've been getting kind of serious, actually. We'd been engaged for a few months at that point. I looked her dead in the eyes and said, "So you're going to yell at me over this? Is this how you intend to raise a family together?" Nothing was more important to this woman than the thought of raising children one day. It was her dream, mine too. So I knew exactly what kind of can I was opening with that comment, but boy did I underestimate her reaction. It ended with a lot of furious yelling and her punching a hole in the wall in her bedroom, and she remained furious with me for several days. I should have broken up with her that day, to be honest, but we stayed together for many more months before I finally cut ties and we broke up.
Oh, wow.
You know, like, if you don't like chicken on pizza, just eat the pepperoni one.
Yeah, there's another option.
He got two. But she was offended. Now, imagine if it was pineapple, how she might have reacted.
I don't know.
Or banana.
I don't mind pineapple on pizza. Banana?
Banana, yeah, that's the latest controversy.
That's just bananas.
That is bananas, yeah. Okay. I worked in a dairy...
Hold on a sec, sorry.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Gotta wash my hands again.
This guy,
it's like a running theme, I'm sorry.
I know, but, like, you can't take care of that beforehand?
I did, but, you know, time has passed.
You need to get yourself...
Other drops.
You need to get yourself some Purell, man. Lickety split that shit.
You know, that's not a bad idea. Yeah. Sorry. I apologize.
It's good shit. Okay. Can I continue? You done?
Yes, okay. Yes.
I worked in a Dairy Queen drive-thru for about 2 years. We had a lot of questionable characters ranging from creepy to funny, but this lady was my favorite. She ordered a medium blizzard with nothing in it except pecans and maraschino cherries, an unbelievably bizarre order. We just charged her for a normal blizzard and made it. When she got up to the window, my coworker took her money and handed her the blizzard. She took one look at it and said there were no cherries in it. Now, blizzards with cherries are not traditionally made with maraschino cherries. They're made with cherry sauce that's a lot darker once it's blended. We double-checked with her before we made it, but she very specifically requested maraschino cherries, which are usually put on top of sundaes and banana splits. In the 2 years I worked there, she was the only customer who ever asked for maraschino cherries in a blizzard. It was weird. So, with the maraschino cherries, the color didn't come out quite as pink as it would have with the normal cherry topping. My coworker literally leaned out the window, grabbed the spoon of the blizzard she was holding, and started digging through her ice cream and counting the cherries out loud for her. She stopped him after he got to like 8 cherries and told him it wasn't enough and she wanted more. He told her she could certainly have more, but he'd have to charge her 59 cents for additional toppings, which personally I think is a pretty reasonable price. She didn't agree. Let me guess, she threw the blizzard at my coworker and drove off. We thought it was absolutely hilarious. She already paid, too. That's the funny part. Yeah, we thought it was absolutely hilarious. I don't know how this woman had such a terrible aim when he was only like 3 feet away, but it hit his arm and fell on the outside of the window, so there wasn't too much of a mess. We had a good laugh about it with the one person in the car behind her who saw the whole thing. I felt so bad for her kid, though, who didn't get his ice cream cone because his mom is an unreasonable hag. The best part is she already paid for it and then got so mad that she drove off with nothing.
Oh, the real loser in this whole thing is the kid.
Yeah. She's like, 59 cents for extra cherries? I'd rather have nothing. Doesn't even ask for her money back. Just leaves.
Yeah, I'd rather just give you money and then make a mess.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Okay, this is short but sweet. I love this one. At KFC, some scummy woman was getting very impatient waiting for her food. After 5 minutes, she did finally get her chicken. She waddled over to her family and sat down. To her horror, they had not given her any gravy. She leaped out of the seat, waddled back, and started banging her fists on the serving counter and shouted, "If I don't have any gravy in 10 seconds, it's going to be World War III." Nobody laughed except for my girlfriend and myself. She got the gravy. World War III was avoided. Good luck, KFC.
Whew, thank God.
All right. World War III.
Give me gravy.
Gravy.
Like, isn't that what you sweat, lady?
Oh, my.
Oh, that was mean.
I worked at a local food restaurant when I was 16. That day, you can tell heavy storms were rolling in when I started my shift at 5 p.m. I was running the register and a couple with a few-month-old child ordered their food to go. When they finished ordering, you can hear hail hitting the building hard. So other people that previously ordered food to go had already received their food before this couple were waiting for the hail to stop. The couple just got their food and were heading toward the exit, standing by the door like they were going to leave. When the couple started walking out, another customer stopped them and told them, "Just please wait, the hail is about to clear. What if the hail hurts you and your child?" By the way, the hail was ranging from golf ball size to softball size hail.
Wow.
That is dangerous. And other cars were getting damaged at the moment. So the couple starts telling the man to fuck off and mind his own fucking business, and if they were asking him if he has kids of his own. So other people started getting involved to try to convince the couple to stay and wait it out, and the couple told them to fuck off too. So they make a run for it to their car. While they're running through the hail, people were gasping out of fear because they saw the baby getting hit by the hailstones as the couple were trying to enter their car, so they drove off.
Oh my god.
I hope the kid was okay, because goddamn, that's crazy.
Yeah, like imagine a softball smacking a baby in the face.
A softball, but a softball-sized chunk of ice.
Ice, yeah, right?
That's worse.
Oh.
I worked in a Starbucks, and a woman had a complete meltdown over the amount of foam in her latte. It was to the extent that a customer got scared and called the cops, who arrived as I was just getting her calmed down. They asked for her ID, which she angrily refused. Pretty sure she called him a dickhead. He started to arrest her, and she said she would show it to him. He said, nope. And she got handcuffed and hauled off. It made my day. Bitch, if you want a fucking cappuccino, order a cappuccino.
Must have been a millennial asking for that froth.
Excuse me, I ordered the large cappuccino. It's a
Yes.
Campbell's Cup-o-chino.
Cup-o-chino?
Yeah. All right. About 15 years ago, I was at Arby's with my dad. A morbidly obese man, legitimately the fattest person I have ever seen in my life, got angry. This man, who espoused all the terrible stereotypes about morbidly obese people, long grease-stained shirt that looked unwashed, sweatpants and long gross hair, started screaming at the girl behind the counter because he ordered 2 extra-large curly fries and got 1. He ordered 2 and not 1. I can see the spittle from his mouth when I think about Arby's. He's probably dead by now.
Oh my god.
No, I don't know. Only the good die young. That man's probably going to bury us all.
Yeah, that's true. And Arby's. Oh, it's been a while since I've been there.
Arby's is gross. Not a
Beef
fan.
and cheddars, man.
I worked the counter at a barbecue restaurant for a while, and one week we had a Groupon. $10 off for an order of $10 or more after 4 p.m. This is really important. We had people all the time try to use it at lunch. When we showed them the fine print, they usually relented. Except for one guy during lunch on the last day of the promotion. This man was about 6'4", 270 pounds. I was running food, and the girl taking orders were no more than 5'2" and $1.20. The man tries to use his Groupon even before finishing his order, and she told him the terms on the Groupon. He exploded. Here, this grown man yelling at full volume at a tiny 19-year-old girl. I calmly took her by the shoulders and moved her to the side and took over the situation. A little about me. I'm 6 foot and was 260 pounds at the time, and was in good shape preparing for an MMA fight. I've been training for several years at this point. So back to the story. The guy continues to yell and cuss me out, and I keep a neutral expression the whole time to repeat the information on the Groupon. Finally asks me if I want to take this outside. I look at Dave, our head chef and co-manager, and he nods. Sick of this guy's shit too. I replied, fine, let me clock out first. The man went white. I've never seen someone backpedal and apologize so fast in my life. He finalized his order and went to his table. I brought him his food, and he mumbled a second apology and left a $10 tip. He said, do you want to take it outside? And this guy's like, all right, son, let's do it.
Yeah, take one look at him. Sorry.
You figure seeing this giant MMA beast of a man, he might have thought not to say that to begin with. He probably just thought the guy was going to cave. You're like, oh, no, sir, no. All right.
Sorry, I misspoke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. From 17 to about 20 years old, I worked at IHOP. I worked the graveyard shift, so on top of seeing your usual crazy customer freakouts, I got to see people do them drunk most of the time. The worst I can remember was a table of 7, all drunk at about 1 a.m. There was a couple in the end sitting across from each other that were arguing since they walked in the door. At this point, it had been about an hour, and they were still arguing. She swore he was cheating on her. He finally got up and stomped across the restaurant to go to the bathroom. She took this as her chance and grabbed his phone and started going through it. He got back in time to catch her doing this and completely lost it, screamed in her face, and grabbed her by the wrist to take her outside with him. When she didn't go, he picked up his glass of orange juice, those heavy-ass IHOP glass cups, and slammed it into the side of her face.
Oh!
He then proceeded to scream at her about now he has to pay for the glass and a taxi for her because he was not getting in the car with her. Fortunately, he left afterward and we were able to get the woman taken care of. They really had a bad setup, putting a 50-year-old woman and a 5'2" teenager on the night shift. We had no idea how they were going to physically get them out of here.
Wow!
Dude just cold-cocked her orange juice.
Yeah, he OJ'd her.
That's, oh, dude, multiple meanings. I love it. All right, I used to work at KFC. I was hired as a cook, but moved on to be a server as well, and this happened just as I started. I was serving a guy who was either in his early 20s or late teens, and his friend. He ordered a large popcorn chicken, and then his friend got a medium popcorn chicken meal. This one is amazing, by the way.
Okay.
He ordered I said that already. I somehow messed up and gave them both a large. A few moments later, he stormed up alone and demanded to know why he got the same amount minus the meal and paid more. It was an honest mistake, and I did try to convey that to him at great length. As I started to say that I was happy to give him something to compensate, he started to scream and yell at me that I did it on purpose and that we were all the worst people in the world, and started cussing me out in the store in general before throwing the popcorn at me and leaving. I always throw. Wait, it's not over. Mind you, this was all in the middle of a fucking shopping mall food court. A while later, I was told by somebody on break that there was a guy outside the center crying about popcorn chicken and yelling at people to fuck off. Well, clearly that would, like that other one, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. This guy was just waiting to snap.
And in the middle of a food court, everybody's seeing this happen.
The fool was crying. The fool was crying.
Over popcorn chicken. I like popcorn chicken well enough, but damn.
Yeah, I mean, I like it too. You get that honey mustard, that's good shit, but damn, son. And he didn't get to eat it because he threw it.
What is with these people just throwing their food?
Well, a guy came in and ordered like 8 totally plain cheeseburgers with nothing on them. I take that to mean the buns, beef patty, and cheese. That's a plain cheeseburger, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, apparently I was wrong, and a complete fucking moron according to this guy, because totally plain cheeseburger shouldn't have cheese on it.
Oh, God.
He made a huge fucking scene, and I offered to have them remade, but he just screams, "Forget it. These were for my dog in my car, and you couldn't even get that right," and stormed off. You shouldn't even feed fast food burgers to dogs. The meat most likely contains onion powder, which is bad for dogs.
Yeah, well, yeah.
One
onion
is
powder,
okay.
really?
If you gave your, like, one McDonald's hamburger or whatever dog as a treat, that's okay, as long as you don't get onions on it. 8?
Like, how many dogs are we talking here?
He said one dog, singular. He was going to feed this dog 8 cheeseburgers, apparently without cheese. You know what? The cheese is better for them than the burger.
Probably.
Dogs like cheese.
Makes sense. Cheese is delicious.
This is the last one. Worked at Chipotle for a while. During our peak hour, there was a lady who came through the line and ordered 2 quesadillas. A newer girl on staff came up to me and asked me to make her staff meal, which she shouldn't have been asking for during peak hour. We started making the lady's food, and you could tell she was getting impatient. The next thing I realized that she was down at the register crying and hysterically screaming that we tried to give away her food and pointing at me that I did it. I made a point to call people sir or ma'am on the line, and when I tried to ask her what she thought had happened, I accidentally called her sir, and she blew a gasket. I tried to explain that I misspoke, but she was totally inconsolable. She got her meal comped and vowed never to return.
Oh, man. You gotta hate when like, the annoying customer wins.
I mean, you know, it's crazy because, like, she's just an emotional wreck crying, "Well, you tried to give my food away." Like, what are you talking about, lady? Like,
it's just babbling at this point.
Well, I promised you a really crazy list, and that was a really crazy list.
That was really good.
Out of 22, I would give that the full 2-2.
I'm giving it the double deuce.
Double
2-2.
deuce. I like it. Okay, I got a sort of a... Remember how we've done the dumb criminals lists in the past?
Yes.
Well, this is the opposite of this is the smart criminals.
Smart criminals?
Yeah, most
you mean the ones that got away with it?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, most crooks are dumb as shit.
America's dumbest criminals.
Yeah. Well, this is from BrainJet. 12 cops talk about the smartest criminals. The title's cut off here. Sorry. The smartest criminals that they ever caught. So they didn't get away with it, but they were smart in one way or another.
Okay. Maybe the premise was smart.
I haven't read this one, so I thought it was interesting, and I brought it up.
Oh.
Okay, so 12 of these. Here's the first one. My colleague's dash cam showed the car in front of him was swerving all over the road in the middle of the night. He followed him for a while, then flipped on the lights to pull him over. The guy pulls over, and before the officer can do anything, suspect turns off the car, gets out, throws his keys into the woods, cracks open a fifth of vodka, and chugs the whole thing down. Suspect later said he already had multiple DUIs and was becoming something of an expert on drunk driving laws. He took advantage of a loophole wherein the cop didn't have time to see if he was actually drunk behind the wheel of the car. Chugging the vodka right there would immediately have an effect on any sobriety testing. He hadn't opened the vodka in the car, so no open container infarction, and he made sure that his keys were most definitely out of reach, so there was no way that he could be operating a vehicle under the influence. You'll be happy to know that he got busted a month later or so and lost his license.
Oh, wow, but for that moment...
For that moment, he got away. Yeah, he got away with it.
Freaking loophole.
I locked up a guy a few years ago, and he had an unusual crime on his history, theft of an ATM. I asked him about it, and he told me he was with 4 accomplices. They all turned up at a local bank in overalls with a large trunk. They asked for the manager and told him, "We're here to repair the ATM." The manager helped them load the cash machine onto the truck full of cash and drove away. He got snapped when one of the accomplices got picked up for another charge and tried to make a deal. That's amazing. Hey, we're here. I didn't even know it was broken. Here, let me help you with this. Thing's heavy.
Yeah, like, I don't know if it's smart criminal or dumb...
dumb manager?
Person. Manager, yeah.
That's ballsy is what that is.
Yeah.
In the 70s, there was a notorious gangster in Copenhagen, Denmark, who ran all the crime in the city. It was mostly harmless stuff, really. Cigarettes from the Eastern Bloc, booze, that kind of thing. He would mostly have brought into the country via small boats. On one occasion, he had a big load of cigarettes set to arrive in the morning on a beach. Beaches are generally empty as we have incredibly cold winters. But lo and behold, on the morning one of his shipments arrived, the skies were blue, the sun was hot, and everyone and their mother was on that beach. Witnesses everywhere. How is he supposed to get his illegal smokes off the boats? He went to a production company and rented equipment for a small film shoot, cameras, a director's chair, megaphones, etc. He then went around the beach and cast good-looking young males to be extras in a movie about a cigarette smuggler.
Oh, no way!
This is amazing, all of this. When the boat came in, he lined them up in long line from the trucks to the boats, yelled action, and had them unload the cigarettes onto the trucks. When all the contraband was safely in his truck, he yelled cut, thanked everyone, and drove away.
Oh, that is smart.
That is very smart.
That's like some Argo-style shit right there.
I know, right? Well, that's like, I always heard that, like, if you wanted to get with a hooker and not get arrested, you film it.
Oh?
Because then you're technically not soliciting a prostitute, you are filming a porn.
Oh, yeah, I guess so,
yeah.
Huh?
Because porn is completely legal.
Right.
So, yeah.
Huh.
There you go.
I'll remember that next time.
Yeah, next time I'm with a hooker. Yeah, not that I would ever do that, but that is something that I heard.
Yeah,
I used to work with law enforcement, and one Friday night, a guy in PCP managed to shut down a major roadway during a foot pursuit. This guy ended up taking several shots from a 9mm and a shotgun, and then wriggled out of the grasp of several officers trying to subdue him, and got into a police car and drove off with it. He only managed to get about 10 feet before crashing into a cement barrier and knocking himself unconscious. The guy ended up living too. PCP is a hell of a drug.
Wow, man, makes you like.
I mean, there's nothing...
like temporarily invincible.
Well, yeah, it pretty much is a cheat code, but there's nothing particularly smart about that.
No, it's more like...
It's interesting, but...
Yeah, interesting.
Right, next one. First, I'll tell you about the smartest criminal I ever dealt with. Suspect would go door to door saying he was with Publishers Clearinghouse. He would tell people they were on one of several finalists. He then explained that he would need their name, date of birth, and social security number to verify who they were. After that, he would ask what hours they weren't home so they can ensure if the victim won the prize, they would be home. Naturally, he would break into their homes when they weren't home and steal all their valuables. To top it off, he would steal their identity and take out a bunch of loans in their name. After over 50 cases, I finally caught the guy, made off with over $500,000 in 3 months before he was caught. Now, for contrast, let me tell you about the stupidest criminal I ever dealt with. Suspect was robbing a gas station late at night. Suspect pointed a gun at the cashier demanding money. The cashier was surrounded by plexiglass all around. Cashier refused to give suspect the money and hit the panic alarm, which locked the door. Suspect was angry and fired a shot at the cashier. The bullet ricocheted off the plexiglass and struck him in the forehead. The bullet knocked him unconscious but didn't penetrate the skull. As I arrived, the bullet was still protruding from his forehead and he was knocked out. He got 99 years for his stupidity. The best part was the cash register only had $60 in it.
99 years? Dang.
Attempted murder.
I know, right?
Armed robbery.
Woo!
Yeah, attempted murder, armed robbery. I mean, that's big. All right. One of the guys I put away escaped from a new prison by climbing the fence. He was always great at climbing things. He would get to the tops of pine trees, no trouble. When he was running from the police helicopter, he hid underneath a shed with bay hails inside it. This gave off a heat signal so they couldn't pick up where he was. He ran the same loop to make the dog handlers think the dog had got onto a false positive. He was found hiding in someone's cupboard eating their food about 2 weeks after escaping from prison.
Oh. Well, just hungry.
That's like that Eric Free. I don't know if you heard about this, but there was this. It's actually happened in my town. There's this murderer that got caught last October. And he was doing shit like that, like hiding in people's dumpsters, and he basically, the guy had broken into a police barracks and started shooting up the place.
Oh, jeez.
He killed one guy, wounded another, and then he ran off. And they were on a manhunt for something like 6 weeks before they finally caught him. And they just had the trial. They actually just sentenced. He's getting the death penalty. They just sentenced him the other day.
All right.
So that's the end of that. I mean, there's going to be years of appeals, but it's been crazy in town with the trial and, all the news vans and shit. It's kind of bullshit, but...
So it's kind of the only story you've been hearing for a while?
Oh, yeah. A fire marshal once told me about his nemesis, a firebug, naturally. Apparently, the arsonist had a thing for burning old barns. Never a building that was in use, always an old abandoned one. At first, he thought it was just a series of unrelated barn fires because this arsonist was an expert at not leaving any evidence. No matches, lighters, nothing you would expect. Based on the evidence, it seems as though the entire interior of the structure caught fire at the same time with no trace as to how. How did the arsonist do it? He would take a balloon filled with accelerant like gasoline or kerosene and suspend it by a string, and string it 20 feet off the ground. Under the balloon, he'd light a candle and start the balloon swinging on a long arc. He'd have a good 20-plus minutes before the arc of the swing slowed enough that the candle would ignite the balloon. The balloon ignites, the accelerant is spread evenly across all surfaces, and the balloon, string, and candle disappear in the fire. The fire marshal told me it was damn near the perfect crime until one of my officers happened to notice a car parked in a field a mile away and thinks to jot down the license plate number.
Oh, so just happenstance.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
The guy was probably watching the fire jerking off.
Yeah. Some people have weird fetishes.
I mean, my friend Andrew knew a girl who was like an arsonist.
Oh, jeez. What did she do?
She burned buildings down.
Whole buildings?
Yeah.
Wow.
He wound up reporting her to the police, and I think she got arrested. That was years ago.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Damn.
One of my colleagues pulled over a guy who had several pounds of weed in the car. He managed to stop the car, get out, and run without the officer seeing him. Imagine that. They get to the car, and they're like, hey, nobody here. While they were still looking for him, he actually had time to find a way home and report the car stolen. They had no proof who was in the car or where he was. The only reason he got caught was because his ex-wife ratted him out. Almost the perfect crime.
Ah. So close.
Or just some guy that stole his car.
Oh, that's so oh, man.
That's so lucky that he was able to get out and run without them even seeing him.
Yeah, like you wouldn't even hear like the footfalls of running away.
I don't know. I was a military policeman at Fort Carson. A young man was in the service for 2 years before he received a dishonorable discharge, sending him back home to Pennsylvania. When he got home, he used his uniform to get discounts and praise. Oh, that is so illegal.
Yeah.
That's illegal, but then one day he decided to make things a step crazier. He decided to hop on a plane to Colorado. He arrives in full uniform but with lieutenant rank markers on. He gets off the plane and uses government transportation to get on base. He doesn't have an ID, but hell, he's an officer, so they let him on. He goes walking and comes across a woman with a flat tire. He helps her change it out, and she invites him over for dinner. There he meets her husband and their kids and convinces them that he's waiting for housing. They let him live with him for a month. He cleans the house and babysits the kids. And the only reason he got caught is because one phone call he made to his mother from the base. She became worried about him and called the Army. His mother let the people know that he was not in the military. After that, the search began. I was the one who picked him up. He gave me a straightforward statement and was genuinely nice. I just remember sitting on the office couch with him watching TV, waiting for him to get transferred from my custody. I told him that I was genuinely impressed and that after whatever happens to him happens, he should get it together and do well. He wasn't the brightest kid, but damn, he had balls. I guess that's what it really takes to be a criminal.
Wow, man.
That's like that's like Catch Me If You Can, you know?
Like, what was his end game, though, right?
Just free housing, food.
Just free shit?
Yeah. Weird. So my professor arrested... So my professor arrested Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber serial killer. My professor always told me that they would never have caught him because of how ingenious his IEDs were. He used random pieces of wood from the sawmill next to his cabin as containers for the bombs he made and always peeled the labels off of the batteries he used for power. The only reason he got caught was because he had sent a similar manifesto to his brother before the one he had sent to the New York Times, and his brother notified the police.
Oh, boy.
He was hard to catch. You remember that famous police sketch of him that wound up looking absolutely nothing like him?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a really bad sketch.
All right. Well, they had no information to deal with, so I didn't even know why they bothered with the sketch.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Just something for the news.
Yeah. After a long day, I responded to a call by a distressed man who had left his car keys inside his new Mercedes-Benz. Didn't take long to realize the only way to break him into his car would be to call a locksmith, which would result in a $200 bill. Luckily for the owner of the car, a suspicious-looking man walking down the street told us he would do it for him for $20. We were pretty skeptical, but also curious, so we let him give it a try. In less than 2 minutes, the guy went onto the roof of the car, punched down extremely hard, then bumped the driver's side door. Magically, it opened. The owner gave the guy $20, and off he went. I arrest the same guy for stealing a car. Maybe he's not so smart after all. So apparently the guy was a professional car thief and just knew a weakness in the Mercedes-Benz, how to open it.
Mm-hmm. Just the right... you got to hit the right spot.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's like,
wow.
Attack the weak point for massive damage right there.
Some gun in 60 seconds stuff.
All right, last one. I'm a police officer, but the story is actually from my dad, who was a lawyer. He had a couple of guys who had scratch-built an ATM. This would have been back in the 80s before the days of skimmers and cameras to clone cards, so they built their own ATM and installed it in a wall on a public street in order to collect card details to use later on.
Oh.
I don't know if it actually dispensed money. I'm guessing it just showed an error message. He told me that very occasionally he had come across criminals who worked so hard for their spoils that he felt they had kind of earned them. These guys were his example. He was also confused why two people smart enough to do this chose not to make an honest living.
If you're able of creating your own ATM, why not create real ATMs?
I saw a thing in Japan with a fake ATM that was actually like a guy in a costume.
Oh, get out of here. Really?
Yeah. I don't think he was trying to steal people's money. I think he was just cosplaying, but I did see that. Yeah.
Hey, I've seen weirder cosplay things.
What's the weirdest you've seen?
A molecule, I think.
But
it had like lights and shit going on.
Oh, that's cool, I guess. All right, well, out of 12, what do you say to this?
10. I think two of them were just kind of luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9. For
Okay.
similar reasons. All right, I think we'll do one more.
One more for the road.
One more for the road. This is from Knowable. It's shocked people reveal weird things that were normal at a friend's house.
Weird things that were normal at their specific house.
So yeah, like you go over and they're just doing something just like bonkers, but to them it's like everyday shit.
Yeah, it's like, what? This is normal, right?
This is what we do, yeah. I'll tell you, okay, my friend Brandon would go to his house, and his mother she would cook a meal, but first of all, she would use like no kind of seasonings or anything.
Bland.
She would cook like a steak, like a London broil. And this is her cooking method. She'd put it on the metal sheet and then put it in the oven until it's gray.
Ugh.
That was, and that was not the weird part. The weird part was that every day they'd have dinner, and his brother, would produce like a second meal out of seemingly like he had his own meal.
What? Why?
Like they'd be eating the London broil, and he'd like have like chicken out of somewhere. And I brought it up to Brendan Lessa because I'm going to be working with him soon, and I mentioned that, and I said, maybe considering your mom's cooking, I guess he was the smart one. And he goes, yeah, he was smarter than all of us.
Well, I have a similar short story thing, just about something weird at someone else's house. Friends of my parents, and I would just hang out there bored, play some Nintendo or whatever. I was like 10-ish, and out of nowhere, they had a kid, must have been like 6 or 7 years old. I don't know how old he was, but he started to breastfeed on his mom.
Oh, I've heard stories of shit like that going down.
And they were totally normal with it, and I was freaked out, so I went and hid behind my parents because I didn't understand.
Because you're like, what the fuck? He's sucking his mama's titties.
Yeah, like that should have ended a long time ago, but I didn't bring it up. I didn't want to start anything. And then I asked my parents afterwards, and they were like, "No, that is not normal. What they were doing. You're right.
That is not normal. At least they told you that.
Yeah, but they like she just whips out her tit like there was no big thing.
Yeah, here you go. You want some, I heard a story on the news about a mother who was still doing. Her son was like 12, and she was still breastfeeding him.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah, I mean, he could do it standing up.
No.
And she was trying to defend it like, this is normal. I'm like, no, lady, no, it's not normal.
No.
It's weird.
This whole thing,
there's
going to be some, like, weird mom-son thing going, I don't know.
All right.
And let's hear some weird stuff.
There's, I don't know how many of these are. Let's see. Let me just scoot down to the bottom and see how many there are. There are, it's on multiple pages, so never mind. Okay. Number 1. I knew a girl who would get glasses of water, and whenever she couldn't finish the whole thing, she would dump the rest on the carpet because it just absorbs it.
Oh, that's stupid.
At least it was water. Like, imagine if she's doing that with, like, soda or milk or something. You have some interesting stains and textures going on.
That's eventually gonna have, like, mold or something.
Oh, yeah, that's not gonna lead to anything good.
No.
All right. Number 2, I went to high school with a girl whose family would dress up their house like a model home being sold or something. For example, the dining room table was dressed with a plastic Thanksgiving feast with plastic food on nice plates and fake wine and fake glasses. When you walked into her bedroom, the bed was made with the top corner open as if she just got out of bed, and there was a tray with a fake bowl of cereal and a fake glass of orange juice. On the floor were coloring books and crayons as if a child lived in the room. They kept the place spotless, and every room had an odd theme of fake living. Her parents' bedroom had quite a few large African animal statues and fake rose petals leading to the bed.
You know what I would be thinking? I'm going to be turned into one of these things, aren't I?
Yeah, it's like that movie Get Out.
I haven't seen it, but I want to.
It's a good movie, but it's the kind of the theme of the fakeness and the horror underneath,
Ugh, no.
Yeah, no was right. Okay, number 3. Whole items of food left for days on the floor. Toddler not interested in an apple? That's fine. Just leave it there on the floor where he threw it. It'll work its way under a piece of furniture and out of sight if we give it some time. Once, I went to those people's house, and there was an entire sandwich sitting in the corner of the living room floor. I was so distracted by it, I didn't really hear much of what was said during that visit. I just sat there and stared at the floor witch.
I would have been counting the minutes. Like, when can I say I gotta go?
I'd have been like, yo, there's a sandwich over there.
Yo, floor witch.
Hey, you want it? No, I don't want it. I want you to pick it up and put it in the garbage, you weird people.
That is disgusting.
It's pretty gross, yeah. Number 4, when I moved cities in grade 2 or 3, I didn't know anyone. I met someone the first day, and he invited me to his house that weekend to stay over. Everything was great. We played GameCube and stayed up till 3 a.m., the latest I had been awake up until that point. He said we had to sleep in the basement so that we didn't wake his parents when we went upstairs. We'd go downstairs with our sleeping bags, and immediately I knew something was wrong. The worst smell I ever experienced filled my nostrils the further we descended. In the corner of the room was a bed covered in what looked like crusty blood and some pus-colored streaks. Turns out his mother had a home birth the week before and kept the sheets as a memento. I haven't been back since.
Oh.
Dude. Dude. Why would you do that? Why would you... No, that's not normal.
It's not like they keep the sheets from the hospital at a regular, hospital birth.
Gross.
That is nasty.
All right, well, moving on. Number 5. I was friends with my Little League baseball coach's son. One day I was invited to their house for a play date. As I walked through the door, I saw a huge framed white cloth with some weird symbol. Oh, God. I think I know where this is going. I didn't think much about it because at the time I didn't know what the fuck it was. My coach noticed me looking at it as I entered the house and said, "My granddad wore that. It's been in the family for years."
Oh, no.
Naturally, I was like, oh, okay, whatever, and thought nothing of it again. Now that I'm older, I realize what it was, a KKK robe.
Oh, there it is.
And the end kicker of it, I am not white.
Oh, my.
Probably a good thing that they didn't know what it was, because if they knew what it was, they would have been feeling very, very, very uncomfortable. Possibly frightened.
I wonder if... does the coach know? Could he be ignorant?
He said his grandfather wore it.
Yeah, but maybe
Been
he
in the
grew
family
up...
for years.
Ugh. Oh.
No, I tend to think he's not ignorant. He's just a racist piece of shit, probably.
So it's ignorant in a different way.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Number 6, when my brother and I were kids, we would often comment that our next-door neighbor's house smelled like pee. One day, my brother was playing video games with the kid from next door at his house and asked to use the restroom. The kid said, "We just pee here," and started peeing in the closet.
Oh, what?
It's like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, man. They didn't have a bathroom, remember? They had a pile of clothes. That's what they had.
It's absorbent.
I don't know whose clothes they are, but someone ain't never wearing that again. Number 7, bathroom machete, because, just in case, man. It's literally nothing more than a real machete that hangs in their bathroom so that if anyone breaks in while you're fighting dirt dragons, you aren't at a... First of all, I love that, fighting dirt dragons.
Fighting dirt dragons?
I love that. That's a great euphemism.
For pooping?
Yeah, that's amazing.
I guess.
The fudge monster, man. You aren't at a total disadvantage. Everyone there was surprised when I said I'd never heard of it. I now keep a bathroom hammer handy. It is a great idea.
It's weird. It's just weird.
But no, if you think about it, if somebody breaks in and you're wrestling with Mavis Beacon there, I mean...
Wrestling with Mavis Beacon.
I don't know why that's not even funny. That's just dumb. Mavis Beacon.
You just wanted to throw Mavis Beacon in there, didn't you?
I just think Mavis Beacon is hilarious.
She teaches typing.
Yeah. Yeah. Wrestling with me. That doesn't even make sense. What the fuck is wrong with me?
You can work on it.
No, there's no salvaging that. That's just...
Just hope that they don't find the machete first. Yeah, yes, you know where it is, but what if they happen to get to the bathroom first?
No, but I think it's for if you're in the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Well, again, hope that they don't grab it first.
Well, generally speaking, your bathroom is near your bedroom, so...
Yeah.
All right. Number 8. I had a friend in high school, went to his house for the first time, and everything smelled like piss. Boy, there's a theme of that, huh?
Yeah.
He said he had a dog, and the family never bothered to potty train or clean up after it. Everything in the house was covered in old, dried-up urine and fresh puddles. While I was there, the dog peed on my friend's bed, and he didn't even care. He literally sleeps in his dog's piss. Even I got pissed on. Never went to his house again.
That is revolting.
They're hoarding dog piss.
Who are these people?
Now, they only mentioned, do they pick up the shit?
Yeah, like we're only focusing on piss.
He didn't mention shit, so my assumption is, since he didn't mention that there's shit everywhere and it smell like shit, my assumption is they do clean up the shit, they just don't clean up the piss.
Those kids are going to grow up with breathing problems.
If they grow up at all, man, they're going to get cancer or some shit. I mean,
yeah, right?
Piss is not right. All right, number 9. The extent to which the owners had gone to preserve their furniture. Each piece of furniture, including the lampshades, had custom-cut plastic shell draped over it. Every furniture leg had a plastic bowl underneath it to distribute weight across the carpet, preventing indents. The strangest part was the plastic pathways laid out across the floor. These pathways were kind of like plastic carpets laid on top of the real carpet. You weren't allowed to walk on the actual carpet. Instead, you had to walk on these plastic mats that crisscrossed the floor and connected all the rooms to each other.
So you don't get to enjoy any of the furniture?
I'm not going to name names, but there is somebody in my family like that.
They like to cover everything?
With the plastic, and you can't sit on the couch, you can't walk on the carpet. Yeah, there's somebody in my family.
What's the point?
I've been saying that for years. Number 10, my friend's dad. When I was a kid, I used to stay for dinner as kids do. But the dad would not eat with us. The mom would make a plate of food, take it down the hall, and slide it halfway under the door to the basement. A few seconds later, the plate would slowly slide under the door. Nobody at the house seemed to think that this was odd. The other odd thing this family did was every weeknight at 7 on the dot, the family would clear out the living room so the dad could come in and watch Star Trek. Once the show was over, he would go back to the basement and his family would move back into the living room. The father was quiet but seemed to be normal other than those odd habits. The family thought none of that was weird, and my friend thought it was funny that my dad ate with us at dinner.
That is really
eats
weird.
With you? Wow.
Yeah, that's so strange. What is going on with these families?
They clear out the room so he could watch Star Trek?
Like, what is with this person? Something must be off.
Yeah, this dude's got problems.
Yeah. Don't bother me with my Star Trek!
Number 11. A 5-year-old in diapers. I was an adult literacy volunteer, and I went to this couple's trailer. A kid walks in shirtless wearing a diaper. First, I thought it was a joke, and I thought maybe developmental issues. And the mother says, "About time to change that diaper, ain't it?" And the boy said defiantly, "You ain't gonna change my diaper."
Oh, I don't like that. That would bother me
at that
house.
I saw something like that on YouTube.
Oh, no.
The guy's channel was called A Boat's a Boat. And
A Boat's a Boat?
Yeah, it was a Canadian family, and the teenage son was videotaping the younger kid who was about 11 years old and was still in diapers, and he was a little monster. And
I swear we're not all like that.
And he was in diapers. Oh, of course not. And he was in diapers out of sheer laziness.
Just laziness?
Yeah, just laziness. And there was a video where the mom was trying to get him changed, and he didn't want to, and she's yelling at him, "You're going to change your diaper," and he kept, telling her to fuck off and all this shit.
Fuck off, Mom. I'll change my own diaper.
No, he just didn't want it changed.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's realistic, unfortunately.
Psycho.
Number 12, that YouTube channel. I'll show it to you after we're done. The YouTube channel's been shut down because of child abuse stuff, but there's mirrors of it up. Number 12, anything can be normalized. My friend's mom often threatened to murder the whole family when she was angry. This is very scary to me, but my friend hardly thought anything of it. She just acts like that was normal mom stuff.
Well, you always exaggerate.
My mom always used to say, "I brought you into this world, I'll take you out."
Yeah, it's like saying it without saying it.
Yeah, I mean, my sister says it too. "I'm going to kill you" to the kids, and they just laugh because they know she's just joking. But I could see to a stranger that would be maybe distressing.
Mm-hmm. Like, are they serious? Are they just frustrated?
Yeah. Number 13, I went to a friend's house, and they had their halls lined with grandfather clocks. This is a little weird, but nothing major. The weird part came when his dad told me and my friend, "Don't you kids go around telling anybody about my clocks." Now I'll never forget about his precious clocks.
God, that would just give me a weird vibe.
Of all the things to hoard, this man picks grandfather clocks.
I mean, they're kind of cool, but
yeah, I guess.
Don't know.
But, wow. All right, number 14, a cow tongue in place of a birthday cake.
What?
It wasn't like they couldn't afford a birthday cake either. They just had a cow tongue with a single candle in it.
Maybe the kid just really likes cow, or whoever it's for.
And maybe they're one of those no sugar families, and the kid's got his secret licking spots all throughout the house.
Yeah, or cow tongue. Talk about the ultimate licking thing.
I know, right? Number 15, I was about 12 to 13 visiting my best friend's house for the first time. After lunch, I get the urge to take a dump, so I go to the restroom, do my thing, finish up, and flush. Nothing. Nothing happens. I take a step back, flush again. Still nothing. So I start freaking out. I'm a kid. I just broke my friend's toilet. I don't have money to pay or fix it or buy a new one. I'm standing there sweating, trying to figure out a plan, and after 15 minutes, I still got nothing. I finally decide to fess up. I mean, I can't stay in there all day. They'll eventually figure out something is wrong, right? I step outside and sheepishly tell his mom that I broke the toilet. She starts laughing, goes to the bathroom, and turns the water flow to the toilet on, waits a few minutes, then flushes. Easy peasy. Everyone, the best friend, his mom, and his sister, takes this opportunity to start laughing at me because I didn't know that it was normal to turn the water on or off whenever I needed to use the bathroom. To this day, I'm unfamiliar with a restroom. I always do a precautionary flush just to make sure everything is working the way it should.
Do people do this?
Maniacs do that, man.
Turn off the flow?
There are a certain type of people that think that they're saving money doing that.
But are they?
Probably maybe 5 cents a month.
Hooray!
Hooray! We save 5 cents! Yay! 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 I like Jell-O! Sorry, I had to do it. Okay, number 16. When I was dating my first girlfriend in high school, I was invited over to her house for dinner and meet the parents, etc. At one point, I was talking with her family in a study and noticed a lot of odd-looking phallic objects on the shelves in the room. On closer inspection, they were mummified penises, dozens of them. Turns out he was a urologist and an amateur archaeologist.
That's quite the display they got there.
The guy might actually have a bowl of dicks.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah. So
maybe like ones that are too small to display on their own.
Well, yeah, if you tell somebody eat a bowl of dicks, this is the house to go to do that.
Yeah.
Number 17, one summer when I was about 13, a friend of mine had a friend from her school that invited us over to go swimming in her pool. We go to her place and are shown to her room to change. As I'm changing, my friend suddenly whispers, "What the fuck?" I turn around and see a bunch of used sanitary pads lined up on this girl's desk. She comes to join us in the room, and friend flat asks her what the pads are all about. She says very plainly, "They're for my dad so that he can check that I'm not pregnant."
Ew! Ugh! That's gross.
Fuck! That is some American Beauty shit right there.
Damn, man.
Where the guy had like cups of pee, remember that?
Yeah. Ugh. Fuck. What is going on?
That is nuts. All right, number 18. My parents were in a bowling league and would bring me with them. I made friends with a girl who hung out at the bowling alley because she lived in a home on an acre next to it. She invited me to come to her house while my parents bowled. I asked my parents, and they said I could. We walked to her house, and when I walk in, there is a lion cub chained to a coffee table in the front room.
What?
Simba! She asks me if I want to pet the lion. Of course I do. I pet the lion, we hang out, and I go back to the bowling alley like nothing happened. I tell my parents, and they're like, "Are you sure you pet a lion?" Years later, when I'm reading the paper, the girl and her family are arrested for illegally having exotic cats. I show my parents and have the best told you so moment of my life.
Yeah. Wasn't lying.
Well, I mean, when a girl invites you over to her house to pet her pussy, that's not usually how it goes.
But
Just saying. Number 19. One of my wife's coworkers invited us to a dinner party. He's a very accomplished doctor who was supposedly considered the foremost authority in his specialty. I knew the man had a huge ego, but nothing prepared me for what I saw when we went to his home. As soon as we walked in the door, there was a life-size painting of himself that one of his patients had given him as a gift. Nothing strange about that. He saved the patient's life, and they were very grateful, so they gave him a painting. His wife takes our jackets, hangs them up, and then walks us to his massive living room where the rest of the guests are mingling. As I looked around the room to take in what a magnificent home this man has, I noticed that there are hundreds of pictures lining his shelves and walls. Every single one of those pictures was of him. Not of his wife, not of his 4 children, not of his siblings, parents, someone he admires. Even the pictures that looked like they may have been group photos were cropped so that only he could be seen. I'm terrible at hiding my true feelings. My face usually gives me away every time, but I spent the next hour desperately trying to pretend like this wasn't remotely strange. After a few drinks, I decided to head to the bathroom. I had to take a dump, and I'm not shy about doing so at another person's home. I walked into their guest bathroom, closed the door, lifted up the lid, sat down, grabbed one of a dozen books that were sitting next to the toilet. The first book I picked up is written by our host. So I picked up another book, and it was also written by our host. I looked at the bookends, and all of them were written by our host. Part amused and part disgusted, I looked up and noticed there was a picture on a small table across the toilet. It is our host again, staring at me in the picture while I'm taking a dump. You know what's amazing is that as I'm imagining this in my head, I'm imagining Dr. House.
You think it'd be him? No.
No, I don't think he'd do that, but that's what I'm imagining.
Oh, like just the face?
Yeah.
I'm picturing like a Hugh Hefner-esque type person.
Doing that smoldering stare, you know?
Oh, that like the dead stare.
Yeah. Okay. One more page. Okay, number 20. A white carpeted kitchen.
That's a terrible idea.
That is going to be grease stained and wow. Carpeted kitchen is a bad idea to begin with.
Yes.
White.
But white.
If you're going to pick any color as the last fucking color you'd ever pick.
Like, that's just two terrible tastes in one bad place.
Once when I was a kid, I was invited to stay over for dinner at a friend's house. My friend's mother poured a large quantity of ketchup into a cereal bowl, which the entire family all casually dipped their fingers into and licked throughout the meal.
Fucking disgusting.
What the actual fuck? By the way, I haven't been mentioning it, but there's little gifs with all these, and they're usually like somebody being frightened or something. And you know, I try to look at it and get like the one with the white carpeted kitchen was that the little girl from Jurassic Park with the Jello.
Oh, like
yeah. You know, where it's like shaking and she's all scared. And then this one is Pikachu carrying a bottle of ketchup for some reason.
Okay.
He'd bring it up, Pika! Got the fucking ketchup. It's amazing, like, that somebody's job is to match random internet gifs to all these stories. Number 22. This is the last one. I was invited over to a friend's house for dinner for the first time. By the way, the picture for this one is Judge Judy saying the word gagging.
Gagging.
Yeah. I was invited over to a friend's house for dinner for the first time. Now, for staging purposes, they all sit around the living room to eat as a family. They have these 2 large dogs. So oh, God.
Okay.
I just accidentally glanced down and saw how this one ends.
Okay.
So I asked beforehand, as I always do, what are the rules with the dogs and the food? Am I supposed to ignore begging? Can I give them a bite? What kind of stuff can I feed them? Do they have to do a trick to get some? They tell me that not only can I feed them whenever I want, but that the plates are all given to the dogs after the meal, and the dogs would hassle you if you took the plate straight to the kitchen. So I finished my meal, which was decent, and I lay my plate down for the dogs. They clean it up quite nicely. I pick it up to take to the kitchen and ask if it goes in the sink or the dishwasher. They said to put it back in the cabinet because the dogs clean it good enough to eat off of.
Ugh.
After the joke, and then kind of reiterated my question. It wasn't a joke. My friend walked into the kitchen and put her plate, her boyfriend's plate, and her mom and dad's plate all in the cabinet with the other quote-unquote clean dishes. I could have been sick. I dropped all contact with them. That was just too much.
Yeah, so now, like, he had eaten off of one of those plates.
Absolutely, yeah.
That
Tangy.
is vile.
Tangy.
God.
Ew?
Dog slobber.
Yeah. Now, I mean, my grandma used to do, we used to put down the plates for her dog, and he'd lick them all up, but then they got washed.
Yeah, because there's, dog stuff all around.
Yeah, dog slobber. But, yeah, she had a Dalmatian named Smokey that would lick up the plates.
Smokey.
Smokey. Named after Smokey Robinson.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, that's, there were 22.
Oh, that's a 22, if I ever heard one.
Yeah. What do you think was the worst one?
I don't know, because each time I was disgusted
That
for
last
different
one
reasons.
was pretty bad, but...
Yeah, but there's worse things than dog slobber. Like,
But I
like
think the fucking placenta in the basement was probably
that is wretched.
the worst
Because
one.
it's staying there.
And it stunk, they said, too. So that, yeah. And also just the weirdest one, just the Star Trek thing, the guy, what do you mean your dad?
Bizarre.
What do you mean your dad eats dinner with you? Like,
This is weird. This is
and
bizarre.
what bothered me was that they said that the guy was otherwise normal.
Like, it's just strange behavior.
It is very strange, yeah. I'm gonna give it, I'm gonna give it a 22.
Yeah, I gotta give it
I gotta
4
give
marks for weird.
4 marks, yeah. All right, well, send me some lists, and we'll see you guys next month. List Critics 2.
It's Critics 2. Stay tuned.
Tuned.
Ah!